Okay, so let's get started. So today, let's talk about building a website, a landing page, and selling a product or service to receive payments. Now, I'm hopeful that you're on a laptop or a desktop because there's going to be practicals today, and you're going to be following what I built, so you can follow through, and also we can take a look at each other's work today. Yeah, but if you're not on a laptop, that's fine. Try to get access to a laptop. If not, take down notes and then probably try it on your own when you have an access to a laptop. All right. All right. So first of all, very importantly is we learn what we do and not what we are told. So how many times have you went to school, college or university, sit down and lecture, and obviously a lecturer is teaching you something, right? But you don't learn at that point. We learn when we do. And that is why I've designed this workshop to be a practical workshop, not so much on just sit down and listen, because you won't learn that way. We learn when we actually do something. So it'll be a lot of practicals, and I want you to try this doing for the first time. Yeah, there are no bad ideas. The more bad ideas you do and create, eventually a good idea will come inside. So that's the rule. Yeah. So I have a few rules for you today as well. Now, secondly, right, is there are no certificates. So I've run many workshops, many webinars, courses, and normally one famous question a lot of people like to ask, do I get a certificate from this? And what is going to be on the test? Now, when you ask for something like that, you're not in for learning. Yeah. So when you enroll into something like this today, and it could be free for you, but we are here to make transformative change, right? And what is transformative change? Now, transformative change is when something happens within yourself, whether it's your career, whether it's your revenue, something that changes, right? And how does transformative change happen? Now, transformation happens, right, when you self-enroll, right? We have to self-enroll to see transformative change. That means, to give you a quick example, how do we get fitter, or how do you get stronger, or how do we slim down? Now, someone cannot put that into you. You have to go to the gym yourself and lift the weights of yourself, right? So that comes from self-enrollment. It does not come from someone lecturing. And so like today's workshop, I want you all to actually do something, to do some practicals, not just sit down and listen to me talk, because the learning will happen when you do the work. All right. So with this, I'd like to introduce myself. This is a bad picture of myself. I just realized this. Bad picture. But anyway, my name is Ruben. Ruben Cheng with apostrophe. I am head of marketing at LEAD. So LEAD is a tech institute. We teach data science, web development, and also digital marketing. Those are our three major courses. And we teach these courses to people like IBM, Dell, CapitaLand, Exabytes, and a few companies to name. Yeah. I'm also founder of Cat Studio. So I know most of you here are from Selangor, right? But Cat Studio is a business in Penang. Yeah, it's a music school. So I came from a music background. That might surprise some of you here. I came from a music background. I was a small-time music producer before I became a marketer, right? Now, how I became a marketer comes from being in the music industry. I started off a recording studio because I wanted to record bands and also artists. But what I end up doing is I recorded a lot of advertisements and music for TV and also film. And that got me into the marketing industry. Yeah. So I'm also founder of Cat Insights Marketing Agency. There's a marketing agency, and we help medium-sized companies with their marketing strategies. So this would be things like doing paid advertising campaigns like, Facebook ads, Google ads, search engine optimization, content marketing, those things that you see, the activities that we do to help a company get to where they want in terms of sales and also revenue. Yeah. I'm also a HRDF certified trainer. Now, HRDF, if you do not know, it stands for the Human Resource Development Fund. So every company today in Malaysia who has a size of more than 10 people, 10 employees, would have to pay a small levy to the government. And this levy should be used for training their people. So every company, more than 10, they are responsible for training their employees. So being a HRDF certified trainer means I'm certified to go and train these companies in a short payment term. Yeah. And also MDEC training partner. That's one with LEAD. And some of the companies that I've worked with and also been honored to actually lucky enough to work with are people like CapitaLand, History Channel, Sony Malaysia, Nando's, QTs, and more. All right, so anyway, today is not so much about me. I'd like to focus back on all of you here today, which I've already asked you. And of course, if you have not introduced yourself, you can still do so by introducing yourself inside the chat, and we'll keep the chat going up and down so we can see what's going on and so interact with all of you. Yeah. All right. So if you'd like to know more on me, you can always go and into this. Let me just mute that. Yeah. Okay. You can go into my site, rubenchen.com, to actually read more about me and also read some ideas on marketing and business. Yeah. And do subscribe. All right, so today, let's go into today's workshop. What you're going to be learning today is three folds. One is becoming an entrepreneur. And some of you already have a business, like I've seen, was it common with the earring business? And a lot of you are students who want to eventually build a business, right? So we're going to talk about being an entrepreneur and how do you find ideas that you can turn into a business. Yeah, this is going to be practical. So I want you to get thinking, yeah? Number two, we're going to build your e-commerce page. Again, it's page, not website, because building a website takes a lot of time and dedication, and we just don't have enough time for that in a 3-hour session. And in my experience running online workshops like this, when it hits about 2 hours, most of us will be tired, yeah? So I will keep it short. We'll have breaks in between so we can have time to refresh. And then we're going to go into marketing it, yeah? We're going to learn how to market our store. Okay, so now, first of all, before I go to the next slide, right? I want to know how many of you here consider yourself an entrepreneur already. If you think you already are an entrepreneur or a business person, just say yes or something inside the chat section, right? Just say yes. If not, just say no. All right, let's just see a few. And it's okay, yeah? It's okay if you're not an entrepreneur yet. I'm going to help you to be one today. And it's very simple. It's not very hard to go to be an entrepreneur. So let's go. Yes, if you're an entrepreneur. No, if you're not an entrepreneur yet. Okay, I'm looking at the chat section, okay? So keep it going. Love to hear this. Okay, so Jackson is yes. Iman is no. I hope to be one. That's great. Ruby, yes. No, it's fine. Don't worry. No. All right. Oh, it's fine. Okay. I think a lot of you here have the interest to become an entrepreneur one day or maybe today itself. Yeah. Now, when it comes to entrepreneurship, again, thank you for your comments. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, right? One thing that entrepreneurs do is to solve problems, right? That is it, to solve problems. And there are many problems in the world, whether you are selling a product or whether you are selling a service, it's always about solving a problem. Now, sometimes problems are easy to detect. Sometimes problems are not easy to detect, right? It depends on the product or service you are selling. But everything that you do today solves a problem, right? Everything you do as an entrepreneur solves a problem. I'll give you an example. When you imagine you are a Samsung today, right? You're Samsung, you sell phones. Now, what problem do you solve when you sell phones? The problem you solve is, well, you give people the ability to call each other, to text each other. You give the people the ability to solve the problem of not having to be able to take good photos and more, right? So these are just some problems that you solve as an entrepreneur. Of course, everyone today has a different problem. So think about it. Some people have relationship problems, right? Some people have revenue problems. Some people have whatever problems that they have, right? There's a lot of problems. Some are easy to detect, some is not easy to detect. So the first thing you have to do today is identify what is the problem that you solve. Okay, so here's a quick script that I put out here for you. So product and service, all right? And then we have helps customer to solve experience of you. So again, problems can be invincible, it can be easy to see, and sometimes just you can't see it at all, right? The problem is invincible. All right, so I want you to take a minute to think about this. And if you do not have a business yet, it's fine. Think about a possible business because I'm going to show you how to come up with business ideas in the next slide. Yeah. But before this, think about a business that you would want to run if you don't have one, right? Name out the business, whether it's a product or service. Who are your customers? And what does it do? All right, I'll give you a quick example. Yeah, so let me just draw here. And I'd like everyone to actually share their statement. Let's call this a statement. So this is a, okay, orange is a bad color. Let me just change that to black, okay? Okay, call this a statement, right? So this is your problem statement in terms of entrepreneurship. All right, so let's just say I am someone who sells smartphones, okay? Oh, let me just change this. I'm someone who, okay, smartphones is fine. I think everyone can understand smartphones, right? You have a phone today, so you understand. All right, so let's say I'm a business that sells smartphones. So my product or service is, let's say, a smartphone, okay? My smartphones helps. All right, so who is my customer? Now, customer, you have to be specific. You can't just say, oh, everyone's my customer. Everyone uses a smartphone. Well, not really, because if your customer is a 5-year-old child, he is not your customer, right? So, okay, I'm going to say my smartphone helps, let's say, 21-year-old females, okay, to solve what? All right, so that is a problem statement. Now, again, your product and services, there can be a lot of different types of customers. So one product can sell to many different type of customers, right? So I'd like to take an example for your own, right? What is a product and service you offer? And what does it help a customer? What sort of customer that is to do what? All right, take like another 1 minute to think about this. And once you're ready, put them down in the chat section. Okay, let's do that. Okay, while you're thinking about that, let me show you another example. So a smartphone is a product, right? Now, what if your business is into the service business? Let me give you an example. So let's just say in red, yeah, my service is into accounting, right? And I'm accounting, let's say agency or accounting firm, yeah? So my accounting firm helps small business owners, okay, to do what? To settle or to complete or to save costs with accounting. Okay, so it has to be a problem that you're solving. So what's the problem that you're solving right now? Product or service? Okay, take another 30 seconds to think about this. I'm going to get you to put in your problem statement in the chat section. Then we'll move on to the next slide, okay? Okay, so who is ready with their problem statement? Let's go faster. All right, when you're ready, put down your problem statement, write it down inside the chat section. Yes, you need to write your own problem. What is the problem that you solve? If you're a business owner, what is the problem you solve? So write down the problem statement in, so let me just write down mine in the chat section to get it going, okay? Okay, mine, if I'm a smartphone business, I would say, let's just say, yeah, my smartphones or my company, let's say, Ruben's smartphones, okay, helps 21, be specific, 21-year-old females take better selfies, right? So they feel better about themselves. That is my problem statement. Okay, what is your problem statement? Write it down right now. Let's go. Let's see a few before we go on the next one. All right, I see some responses. So thank you for that. That's good. Get you thinking again. Enrollment is when you start learning. Yeah, you have to do this before you learn. You can't just watch me talk about this. All right, so strong energy drinks helps athletes to stay hydrated and energetic. All right, so that's great as well. So the problem you solve there is that athletes want to go further. They want to do better, right? So you solve the problem of helping them last longer during their routines or during their race or whichever, right? So that's great. That's a problem that you solve. Now, who else have their problem statement to share with us? It can be anything, yeah? Just come up with something fictional if you do not have a business yet. Think about something that you would want to do as a business. All right, so resell branded stuff for everyone. Okay, everyone is not good, yeah? Be specific. Resell branded stuff to everyone to help them save money from buying at retail. So who is everyone? Is a 12-year-old child your customer? Probably not, right? So branded stuff, who buys branded stuff? Now, I would say you probably sell branded stuff to maybe working class professionals, right? And help them save money from buying at high price retail stores. So the problem you're solving here is you're helping these people feel better by themselves by having a branded handbag or something, right? And saving costs. So that's a problem you solve. That's great. But you need to choose who is the person you help. Because I am not your customer for sure. I don't buy branded stuff. Okay. All right. So next one here, food that are rich in calcium to help teenagers grow taller. Now, who is your customers here? When you sell food that is rich in calcium, right? Your customers are maybe parents, not me, right? I'm not a parent yet. All right, help a wider range of target market to easily afford a smartphone from the lower class to the higher class. That's also great. We can refine that problem statement, but yeah, you get the idea. Coaching company helps to coach and guide professional basketball athletes to make them excel at basketball games or to make them shoot better in the hoops. Yeah, that's great as well. All right, so great. So you're coming out with good business ideas here, and I see that some of you are already having some good business ideas, and we can refine that later on. Okay, so thank you again for sharing your problem statements. Good job on that. Okay, one more here. Iman's lotion helps those who suffer from eczema or dry skin to have softer and smoother skin. That is great, right? That is a very clear problem statement. And now, even without knowing what you do, I totally understand what your problem, what your product solves, right? All right, so this helps you get thinking about your product and services. Great. Now let's move on to the next thing here. Now, if you do not have a business idea yet, right? Now, how do you find, this is one common question that we get, yeah? How do you come up with business ideas, right? Let's say, oh, I know, Ruben, I don't have a business idea. I don't have a business. I don't know how to come up with business. And I think my idea sucks. Now, there's a few ways I like to think about coming up with businesses. And these are some questions you can ask people around you to find out, right? What you're actually good at. So number one, what do your friends say you're good at? Now, so you go ask a friend, right? It could be your best friend, it could be a friend that you know for a long time, and just ask him or her and say, hey, what do you think I am good at? Now, when I ask this to my friends, a lot of them would say, oh, Ruben, you're good in live streaming, right? I don't think that about myself. Some people say, oh, Ruben, you are good at music. Okay, so that can be turned into a business, right? I can start doing live stream services for people, for other companies who do not know how to do live streams, right? I can look at teaching music to other people as well. So that's how you come up with a business idea. Now, number two, what do you struggle at? What is something you are bad at that you feel that and wish that you need help in? Because if you can identify your problem, you can build a business around it. Okay. Number three, what do you do on weekends? So for me, on the weekends, I normally go for exercise. I go to the gym, right? And I do this, you can call it a sport called CrossFit, right? So I can come up with a business around CrossFit. I can start looking at selling equipment for CrossFit, right? Something that you do on the weekends. So what do you do on weekends that you have passion in? Yeah. Number four, what's already popular that you can customize? Now, a very good example that I want to show you about number four, yeah? What is already popular? So think about something that's popular. For example, iPhones. I don't use an iPhone, but iPhones are popular, right? So what can you build around something that's already popular? Example, iPhone cases, right? A lot of people sell iPhone cases. Why? Because they know there's already a community or a large customer base around this popular product. So think about what is already popular and then customize something around it. That is also a business. Okay? All right, so with that, right, with these 4 little questions, I've some business ideas that have came out recently. So let me just share you some of these business ideas. So one of my business ideas recently is to help people do live streaming, because I realized that a lot of people, they are not good at live streaming. They don't use a very good microphone, and a lot of their live streamers are super noisy. That's a problem, right? So I can come up with a business to help them to come up with better live streams, right? That's one. Number two, during the CMCO, during the MCO, a lot of people are stuck at home. They are trying to figure out how to cook at home, right? And that gave me an idea. Oh, can I sell online frozen beef? Now, I've not obviously done this yet, but that's an idea as well. Okay, number three. This one is a bit more on the techie side. So partner with software makers. As a business, right? We use a lot of softwares, email marketing softwares, ad softwares, time tracking softwares, accounting softwares, right? Now, what if we can take and partner with all these software makers and get it a discount and offer it to our audience? That could be an idea. Okay, so I want to share one real case study. Yeah? Now, back then when I was a music producer, right? I play a lot of music. I do a lot of, and I have this strong passion in music production. Now, music production, if you don't know, is the process of me composing and arranging music. But you know it, right? In Malaysia, music is a terrible, terrible industry to be in. If you're a musician, I can safely say that you're not going to stay in the music industry for long unless you're crazy. So music is something I have a strong passion for, actually stronger back then, yeah? So what I do is like, okay, since it's something that I love, right? Now, can I build a business around it? So what I did was I created a lot of reviews and of course, tutorials and more on YouTube. And that became a business on its own, right? And this is me, obviously younger than, we did these videos like 2 years ago already, I think 2 or 3 years ago. But that's one of the videos that we put on YouTube. And that is, again, a business around it. So I want you to think about what is your business idea right now? Okay, so 30 seconds to think about this. If you do not have a business yet, what is your business idea? So the 4 questions, don't worry again, I'll be sending my slides to you. So think about the 4 questions that you can ask today, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4. What do your friends say you're good at? What do you struggle at? What do you do on weekends like today? And what is already popular? Okay. Now, and then once you identify that, I'd like you to think about your business idea. Right? Now, some of you have already shared your business. Can you reshare them again? So I will say maybe my business idea today, yeah, for today example, I'm going to say, I want to sell brownies or cookies. Cookies and brownies. Okay, that's my business idea. So what is your business idea? 30 seconds to think about this. Put them down in the chat section. We're going to move on next one after this. I like the lotion idea, by the way. That's great. Handmade earrings to help women of all ages feel confident about themselves and feel elegant. That's also good, yeah? I love that. Sell MacBook covers. Now you're thinking, yeah, that's great. Yeah, a lot of people use MacBook, including myself on a MacBook right now. And I don't have a MacBook cover, but if that's something that a lot of people are already using and it's popular, you can create a business around it, right? MacBook bags, right? Or what do people use at home right now with laptops? Laptop stands, that could be a business as well. Basketball academy, helps basketball players get better and hopefully enter the NBA. That's great. Who wants to join my academy? Okay, anyway, you have business ideas right now. I'm sure I got you thinking a little bit to come up with some things you are good at or some things you can turn into a business today. Yeah. Now, one thing that is very important after having a business idea is not just to stop here. Now, the next thing that you identify is remember the totem pole. So the totem pole is something that is done by these Red Indians in US, nothing to do with us in Malaysia. But the higher you are on the totem pole, the better it is, right? So if some people say that, oh, you're on the bottom of the totem pole, you're bottom of the pole, that means you are not important. Yeah, so you'll be on top of the pole. So now you'll start thinking, is your product, your business idea, on the top or on the bottom? Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples. So being on the top is a must-have. Without this business, you can't live without it. So I'll give you some quick examples. Now, a business that has become a must-have today is Grab. And also maybe, I'll just say Grab, yeah? Grab and also, is it what? Panda? Food Panda, is it? Yeah, Food Panda. So Grab and Food Panda has become a business that is a must-have today, right? Because the problem they solve is so huge that without Grab today, we don't know what to do. Okay, so that's a must-have. Now, what is a product or business that is a nice to have, but we don't really have to have it? Quick example that is on my mind right now: Dyson, right? So Dyson are amazing. They make amazing, hair dryers and also vacuum cleaners, right? They look great, but they are nice to have. They don't solve a very, very huge problem other than the ego problem or the feel-good problem. So does your business lies on top or lies on the bottom? All right. Now think about that for a moment. Let me give you one more example before I move on. Okay, what's another must-have on top? Can someone suggest to me in the chat section? What is a must-have business or a must-have business product? Okay, shampoo, right? Shampoo. Now, shampoo is a huge market. I mean, everyone is doing shampoo. And if you're going to enter as a shampoo business, it's going to be hard for you, right? Because you're going to be competing with a lot of different people. And shampoo is, in fact, a commodity. What's a commodity? A commodity is something that is commonly around and people just buy it to, clean their hair, obviously, right? So a must-have is, yes, shampoo is a must-have. And if you can come up with a product or service that is something that people must have, it solves such a huge problem, you are in a good position. Yeah. All right, so let's get a bit more specific. Netflix is a must-have. Netflix, I think, is somewhere around here. It's about in the middle, yeah. But of course, a lot of people, they think Netflix has become a must-have during the CMCO or the MCO, right? But Netflix, I would say, is somewhere around here. Yeah, it's a great business, it's somewhere around here. Okay, now what is totally useless down here? What is a bad product that is on the bottom of the totem pole? Slime. Do you mean the slime toy? It's a nice to have. What else? Come on, think a bit, yeah? Think of something. I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs, when they're new at business, they come up with a lot of business ideas that is cool. It's a very cool product, but it does not solve a huge problem. And that's why they go away very fast, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you come up with a business that is cool, you won't be able to do well, but it's going to be a much harder adventure for you. It's going to be much, much harder to push through, yeah? Hoverboard. Yeah, you can see like hoverboards, they are something that are cool, right? Like those Segway stuff and all that. They are cool, but they don't solve a very huge problem at this point, right? So they're around for a while, but you can see that hoverboards never really took off into a big business because they are more towards the bottom of the totem pole. They're cool, nice to have, but not needed by a lot of people, all right? Hotpot can, hotpot, hotpot, where the hotpot lines? I think hotpot lies around here, yeah? Yes, with a hotpot business, there are some people who cannot live without hotpot. So it goes up here for some people, but not for all people. So again, this exercise is to just look at where your business idea lies. Is it a must-have or is it a nice have? A good tip for you is always to focus on the top. Yeah, a must have for many people, because that's what's going to make it easier for you to go through. Okay. All right. So that's great. Okay, so a few more rules before we go into the coding portion. So I hope a lot of you already have your business idea right now. And we're going to do something fun today, yeah? And I'm going to challenge you. So I got a few more rules for you today. So one is no coding. To become a business entrepreneur or business person or entrepreneur, you don't have to code. So when you say, oh, I need a website, I need this and that, that's just excuses that people give themselves when they can't do something. So again, you don't need coding. And to test a business idea, to sell your first product, you don't need coding. So that's rule number 3 or number 4. Yeah. Next one, don't be needy. So a lot of people who want to start a business say, oh, I need a co-founder. I need funding. I need to go and pitch somewhere to get funding from somebody before I can start this business. Now that's being needy. Good entrepreneurs, they are very resourceful. Yeah. If you can't find funding, you will go around a way to make money or to profit from your customers, real customers. So again, entrepreneurs are people who are very resourceful. If you are needy, oh, I need a co-founder, I need a CTO, I need someone to build my site, I need this, I need a partner before I can start, you're not an entrepreneur. Okay, so that's rule. All right, number 4, or the last rule, is to face your fears. Now, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's a scary thing, right? And most people would freeze up when it comes to doing being an entrepreneur. Just for giving good example, in the beginning of this workshop, when I asked and I requested some of you to speak up and introduce yourself to everyone here, a lot of you, I would imagine, got scared suddenly. Oh, right, I have to speak right now. I thought I'm just going to come to the workshop and just listen, right? Now, when you think like that, when you have that, you are building that fear. Now, this fear comes from the lizard brain, right? The lizard brain is inside our minds, and it's called the lizard brain. And people call it the lizard brain because a lizard brain has only 4 functions. Yeah. So the lizard brain, this is not a science workshop, but I just want to show you this because this is important. Yeah. So the lizard brain is the best basal ganglia thing here, right? It lies inside your brain, and it has 4 functions. The 4 functions is to fight, right? To flee. So it's fight or flee. When there's a situation, life or death, you either fight or you run away, right? So fight or flee. The third function is feeding, right? And the 4th function is fornication. Now, if you don't know what fornication, I will make it simple for you. Fornication means having sex. Yeah, you just want to replicate. Okay, so this lizard brain is inside our minds. So when something scares us, the lizard brain will get active, right? And then it will begin to, oh, let's not do this. Why? Because I might fail, right? Why shouldn't I start a business? Because I might fail. Why shouldn't I speak up during when Ruben asked me to speak up to everyone? Because I'm afraid that I will embarrass myself. So we are always afraid here and there. And because of that small little embarrassment, because of that fight or flee purpose, we tend to not do things, right? Oh, I better not do this because I might fail. Okay. So being an entrepreneur, you have to go over your fear. You have to. So how many of you here today are ready to go over your fear? Because we're going to do something fun. Are you ready to go over your fear? If you are, then just say yes, because we're going to do something fun today, yeah? And I'm going to see how many of you here today are true entrepreneurs. All right, if you're ready to go over your fear, say yes, and we'll continue from here. You can Google up the lizard brain. It's there, yeah? It's not called the lizard brain. We just give it a name to it. It's called the basal ganglia. It's inside our brain that keeps us safe. Yeah, and it's important for us as well because sometimes, if you think back during the Stone Age period, right, that is what kept our ancestors safe. When we see fire, we run away, right, and that kept us safe until today. It's called the lizard brain because the brain in the lizard, right, has only 4 functions. That's all a lizard can do. And this is what makes us humans better than lizards, by the way, right? So the lizard brain only has 4 functions, which is fight, flee, feed, and fornication. Okay. All right. So I see a lot of people saying, yes, that's great. the rest of you, I hope you're ready to face your fears, okay? So today, we are going to become an entrepreneur today. And the first step of becoming an entrepreneur is to ask money from people, okay? That's to ask money from people. And today, I'm going to challenge all of you to get your first 10 ringgit from this workshop. All right? Are you an entrepreneur? Not me, I'm just a facilitator. All right, I want you to ask your first 10 ringgit. All right, so your challenge today, the first challenge today for you is to get 10 ringgit from somebody. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to do it together with you and to prove it to you that I'm also doing it as an entrepreneur. And I want to see how many of you here are entrepreneurs, right? So what I found for entrepreneurship, right? A lot of people don't get to entrepreneurship because they can't get the first fact of getting money from somebody, right? And once you go through that fear, you have this momentum of going for more and more and more. So the goal for today, the first goal is to achieve this and get across your fear, right? And the reason why we fear this is because of our lizard brain. We have fear of getting rejected, right? You ask someone and someone says no. And if you're, shit, right? You feel rejection. So I want you to face all these fears and I want to show you how to get 10 bucks on somebody. Yeah, just 10 bucks. 10 bucks is nothing much today, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up PayPal. And I'm sure some of you have already set up PayPal. If you have not, I'm going to show you how to do it together with me. So 3 steps, right? So 1, we are going to create an account on PayPal. I'm going to walk you through doing this. Number 2, we're going to go into paypal.me to collect payments from people. You want to watch this because this is simple and yet important. And number 3, we're going to send our link to someone and get 10 bucks on somebody. All right. So let me show you how to do this with PayPal. Okay. So all you are ready, right? Okay. So how many of you here already have a PayPal account? If you're on a mobile phone, you can also register a PayPal account using a mobile phone. All right. How many of you have your PayPal account? Just type yes. Only one, huh? Don't have one. Okay, it's fine. I'll show you how to get one. All right, so I don't see any responses, so I assume that a lot of you here do not have a PayPal account yet. Yeah. Now, setting up a PayPal account is free. You don't have to pay for it, but you can receive money with it. How amazing is that, right? Okay, so let me share my screen and I will show you how to get a PayPal account. Okay, so first of all, yeah, if you're on a laptop, please follow through with me. I'll show you how to get a PayPal account. Just go to paypal.com.my, right? I'm going to send everyone a link here. Go to this. And it's really simple. All you have to do is just to click on sign up now. And now you have 2 options. One is to choose a personal account or a business account. Okay. For today, choosing a personal account is enough. That's it. Yeah. So click on next. And of course, just follow through the registration setup. Okay, so I'm going to say I am an individual seller and / freelancer. Okay, choose the second one here, individual / freelancer. Now, if I'm moving too fast, please just stop me, slow me down, and I'll repeat some of the steps. Okay, so click on next. Now, of course, you have to put in a number because when it comes to PayPal, we're talking about money, right? So it's a bit more sensitive, and basically, you have to be a bit more careful when it comes to money, right? So they want to actually verify that you're a real person. So when you sign up for PayPal with your mobile number, they would send you an SMS, I presume, yeah, and you have to put in a code to activate that account. All right, so at this point, I cannot move on forward because I already have a PayPal account. So anyway, once you do this, put in that code inside here and just set up your account. Okay? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my own account to show you. Yeah. So once you register for paypal.com.my, you can log into your account. All right, just like what I'm doing right now. When you log into your account, you should be able to see your whole account dashboard. It's like a bank account online. Okay. So I'm logging into my account. You can see what I have inside is fine. I have nothing much here to show or to brag. So this is my account. Okay. So now I'd like to take maybe 3 minutes to 5 minutes for all of you to go and set up your account on PayPal before I continue. And if you need help, yeah, if you need help, just let me know in the chat section and I will show you how to do it. Okay, good question from Kevin, right? Do I need to have a card? You don't have to add a credit card to your PayPal account yet. You can just leave it blank for now. But eventually, yes, you would have to add a add a credit card or a debit card to your account. Okay. Okay, so who needs help? I'll stop here to see anybody needs help before I go on. I'll continue again in about 3 minutes. Okay. Now the reason we're doing this, yeah, and I want you to do this because again, you learn when you do, and we're gonna go get 10 ringgit from somebody. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. And this is your first step of being an entrepreneur. This is your first step of selling anything online. If you can't do this, you're not an entrepreneur. Okay, so go ahead, set up for an account. I'll help anybody who needs help. And 3 minutes. So at 3 p.m., I would assume that everyone have your account already. Okay, I'll be here to help. All right, let's go and get busy now. All right, so Ruby has got it, yeah? So Ruby already has an account. So how about the rest? Okay, so for Lester, right? Every time I send my phone number, they didn't send me the code. Okay, so let me just look at these settings, yeah? Let me see if I can replicate what you are experiencing. All right, so Iman has got hers. Kerwin has got his. That's great. Good job, everyone. Good job. So I am a freelancer. Next. All right, Carmen has already got it as well. So you want to be careful with the mobile phone number. So yeah, sometimes there's going to be technical problems with things like this. So when you put in your phone number, make sure to just omit, yeah, don't use a zero anymore. Don't type in 016 like this because sometimes you're adding an extra zero there. So just use +60, continue with your number. So let's say your number is, 012 2345, right? So 6012 and then 45, right? So make sure not to add an extra zero in front here, yeah? If it doesn't work, try again. If not, you can ask for support or alternatively use billplease.com. It's exactly the same thing, but PayPal is much faster. Yeah, and that's the reason why I chose PayPal for this exercise today. All right, so a lot of you have got yours. Iman has done it. Kami has done it. Great. Okay, I'm going to give it another minute, yeah, for everyone to do this. So for those of you who have done it, good job. You have your first PayPal account, yeah? So I'd like you to log to your account. And of course, I can't show you everything you have to do because I can't replicate a new account in my screen right here. I already have an account. So for you as a new account, you might have a few things that you have to set up, yeah, with your name, your address and more. Just go and set it up. It's fine. Don't worry. You won't get charged. PayPal is free to use. And eventually you have to put in a debit or credit card so you can transfer money back to your bank. That's the whole purpose, yeah? So you can transfer money back to your bank or make purchases online as well. But we are more interested in transferring money to our bank, right? So that's what you have to do later on. But for right now, it's fine. Just leave it as it is, okay? Okay, so a lot of you have done. I'm going to continue right now, yeah? So Lao Yong has done it as well. So great, thank you so much. Now, with PayPal, what you can do is you can pay for services and goods or receive money as well as a freelancer for now. Now, what you have just signed up is a personal account, but of course, you can upgrade it to a business account. So my account here is a business account. And one question that you might have is, what's the difference between a personal and business account? Now, a business account will give you additional tools to go and collect money from people, such as invoicing, creating payment buttons, and more. Okay. All right. So, but one thing that we can do today is we can use a quick shortcut to collect money from people. All right. And that shortcut is to use something that is something that PayPal has created for freelancers like yourself, business owners like yourself, and that is called PayPal.me. Okay, so I'm going to paste this to everyone here. PayPal.me. So going to PayPal.me, you can see that I have my screen right here. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to create a link that allows people to pay us something. Okay, and this is really simple. When you have a PayPal account, this is really simple. So all you have to do is just click on this button here called grab your link. Okay, so I'm going to click on grab my link, and for my case, you can see that, oh, you already have a link because I've already created my link. Okay, and you can see my link is paypal.me/audio mentor, right? Now for you who are new, you will have to create your new link. So when you click on get my link, I'm going to show you again. When you click on grab your link, they will ask you to create your link. Now the link can be unique to your own name, it can be your business name, but it's going to be at the end of the link there. So it's going to be paypal.me/whatever you put inside your link. All right, so go and create one link for yourself. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you another minute to do this. It's going to be really simple to create your own link. Now I'm going to share my link here, and my link here is called PayPal.me/audio mentor. Now, why audio mentor? Because one of my business is called audio mentor. Okay, so PayPal.me audio mentor, and from here I can click on the manage PayPal.me and do whichever settings I want. Yeah. So from my management here, okay, got it. All right, I can go and change so I can go and change different types of things. For example, my cover photo, my image here, that's my face there. So you can go and change and put your face there as well. Go and find a face. For example, go and find one of our face like maybe this. Yeah. That's me here. All right, save it there and customize your link and your profile as much as you want. Okay, so you can see that I have this rather good looking picture of myself here. Yeah. All right, so go and set it up. I'm going to give you 1 more minute to do this, and then that's when the fun stuff happens after this. Okay. All right, go ahead. I'm going to give 1 minute, and if you need help, just let me know in the chat section. I will help you out before we move on, so everyone can follow. Okay. All right, 1 minute. Let's go and do it. I'll be here. All right, a lot of people got it already, so that's great. Yiju has got it. Shuang-Chi has got it. That's great. If you need help, just let me know. I'll slow down. I'll bring you through the process. Okay, so Lester cannot because your phone number got problem. Maybe you want to change my phone number. All right, so if you have a more complex problem, don't worry. Just write down the steps that I've shown you today and try it again after this workshop, okay? Things happen, so don't worry, you're not alone. Sometimes things happen to all of us. Numbers don't work for some reason, technical failures and all that. So it's okay. Write down the steps and observe what we are doing right now, and then follow up again after this workshop. If phone get hacked, yeah, maybe you want to verify that with later on, yeah. So I don't think your phone got hacked, but yeah, just to be sure. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on and show you what you can do. So once you got your PayPal Me link, right, this is when the magic happens, okay? So if you understand how this works, basically when we click on our link, we will see this, right? PayPal.me and slash your own link, right? Okay, so what I want you to do is to copy this link here. So just hover over here, your link anywhere, and copy this. If you're on a Windows phone, Windows computer, Control C. If you're on a Mac like me, Command C, or just right click and click on copy. Okay. Or you can just use this button here. See, share your link to get paid, right? Click on this, copy link. Okay, click on this. It will be copied to your clipboard, right? Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is open a new tab, okay, and put in your link. Okay, I want you to put in your link like this, paypal.me/your link, and then just click and see what happens. Okay, what you see is you see a payment page, okay, and the person that received your link can put in something like, oh, I want to pay you $10 USD, right? Or $10 MYR. And then he or she can click on next and proceed to pay you the amount that he or she wants. Okay. Okay. Of course, I can't send money to myself because this is my own link, my own account here. But again, what you want to do is you want to be able to send this page to someone who will give you $10, 10 ringgit. Okay. Now, you might notice that when you send someone this link, right, PayPal me, and then / your name, you will see that, oops, sorry, let me just go and get my link again. You will see that the person can choose to put in the amount that he or she wants. Now that is a bad thing, not good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a predefined number for this person. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do it. So how to do this, watch this here. Paypal.com, PayPal me /AutoMentor, right? I'm going to put in another / after the link. Okay, watch this here. And then followed by the number that I want. All right, so let's say I want 10 ringgit. We're going to put in 10 MYR. Why MYR? Because MYR is Malaysian ringgit. Okay, so once you put that inside, again, it's /10 MYR. Okay, now once you do this inside, highlight the link again, copy it. And now when you give this link to someone, yeah, like this, it's going to be a predefined 10 bucks. Okay, and then that person that you're sending it to can just click on next and make a payment to you, just like that. All right. Okay, so who has got it here? Now I'm going to share my link to you so you can see how my link looks like and then compare it with yours. Okay, so who needs help? I'll stop here again. And after you got this, we're going to go get 10 bucks from somebody. This is your first challenge as an entrepreneur. Okay, so how do I get my link? I already created one, right? Okay, so to get your link, yeah, let's say, let me just reset all over again, yeah? So let's just say you got your PayPal account. There you go. Lao Yong has got his one, yeah? But anyway, let me just repeat again. Once you have your PayPal account, all I want you to do is go to paypal.me. So PayPal me, yeah? PayPal me. So paypal.me, enter, okay? And you'll see that you have grab your link in front here. Now, if you have created your link, you'll see the exact same screen that I see right now. When I click on grab your link, it's going to tell me that you already got your link. Okay. And my link is paypal.me/AudioMentor. All right. So how much do I want to collect? I'm going to take this, copy this link here, go out to my, maybe a new window. And then I want to predefine how much I want someone to pay me. Okay. So I'm going to put a / followed by 10 MYR, 10 Malaysian ringgit. Okay. Now, this is going to be the link that I'll be sending to people, because when I send this to people, right, they can see this page and they can pay me 10 ringgit. Okay, let me look at Lao Yong's link here, right? I'm going to show everyone Lao Yong's link here. So I'm pasting Lao Yong's link into my browser, my URL, hit on enter, and you can see Jeff Lau, 10 bucks, right? And I can go and give next to Jeff Lau, and basically, oh, you are sending 10 bucks to Jeff Lau. We'll notify them with a text on your behalf. Okay, fine, Jeff, I hope this finds you well. Happy receiving RM10. Woohoo, right? Okay, and then I'm going to pay with payments right now. Okay, and I can send him my PayPal balance because I have a balance. But if your recipient do not have a balance, he can pay with their credit cards. All right, that's how easy it is. So this is simple, and it's one of the simplest way to create a payment form. That's the whole idea today. Now, of course, there are many other tools which I'll go through later on how to create a payment form like this. But PayPal is the easiest. Most of you have created your PayPal payment form in just less than 5 minutes. All right, it's not the best one out there, but it's the fastest. All right, so anybody still needs help at this point? Sorry, Jeff, I didn't give you 10 bucks. Yeah, you got to ask it from someone else, not me. All right, so who has got your all right, let me look at Corinne's one. Okay, now Corinne, you can okay, let me see. Corinne Chong 0503. Yes, this is correct. But what you can do is you can put in slash. All right, show you. Put in slash and then put in 10 bucks. Okay, 10 MYR. That's it. Boom, 10 bucks. There you see. So someone can just go and give you the predefined number. Okay, so I'm going to assume that everyone has done it. Yeah, I'm going to move on. Any last takers before I move on? We don't want to spend too much time here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on and move on to the next things. Okay, so all right, it's going to get interesting. Yeah, so this is where your entrepreneurship mindset comes inside. Yeah, so now I want you to think about who you can go and get 10 bucks from. As an entrepreneur, who can you go and get 10 bucks from? Okay, so we have set up your PayPal. Okay, now I'd like you to go on social media. I know most of you have Facebook, right? But I don't want you to go on Facebook and just post this link on Facebook. That's a bad thing to do because nobody will actually bother responding to you. Now, what I want you to do is to hustle a little bit. Yeah, I want you to go and talk to someone and say, hey, and use this script. So this script I've written for you here. Just go and say hi, the person's name. Okay. I'm taking a website building course taught by, you can use my name, yeah, so people know that it's real, you're not a scammer. And he can go and look up for my website, look at me, it's okay, yeah. And just take a look at me, yeah. And the first assignment or the first challenge is to get a 10 bucks payment. Can you help me out? Right? I'll be grateful if you can help me kickstart in my whole entrepreneurship journey. I'll share some lessons I learned in this workshop. Here is the link and send your link to them. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this together with you and show you. I'm going to put in what I taught you as well. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. I'm going to share my screen on my browser to show you. Yeah, so I'm telling you that this is something you have to do if you want to be an entrepreneur. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to my Facebook right now. These are all live. Yeah, this is not staged. So let me go and find some friends who would support me. Okay. So I'm going to go into, let's say, my Facebook account here. And let me just go to Charles. Yeah. So, hey, Charles. Oops. Let me just do that again. I want to go show you something. Yeah. So I want you to do this as and challenge yourself. So who can you go and get 10 bucks? I'm going to say, bro, you can see this, right? This is live. Yeah. So I'm showing my students how to get RM10 through PayPal. You can use my script. You can be creative a little bit. And then give him something in return, right? So I'm going to say, can help. Take you makan nice steak. Here you go. And just ask like that, right? Just ask like that. Okay, so that's one person I've just asked, right? Now I'm going to ask more people because my chances get more if I ask more people. Get the idea? So I'm going to go into my message here and think about some people that would support me in my journey, right? So I'm going to go into, let's see who, maybe, okay, a lot of people talk to me, right? You're looking, all right, I'm going to ask Kelvin, right? Yay. I'm teaching some students to use PayPal. And I'm showing them that I'm doing it with them too. Can help send me RM10. Send a link. Just like that. How simple it is, right? All right, just ask someone for 10 bucks. Now, what's going to happen at this point is most of you would get rejected. I can assure you that a lot of people say, huh, what is this? This sounds weird. This sounds like some kind of Tony Robbins nonsense, right? You'll get rejected, but don't worry about that because rejection is something that every entrepreneur has to face. Okay? All right, who has questions on this one? Do you want me to see me do more? All right, I'm going to ask another person here, okay? Last person. And then I want you to point this back to you, and I want you to do this for yourself as well. All right, I'm going to ask, this is my business partner, okay? Right? I'm going to paste this here. With you some learnings from the workshop today. This one is from the Selangor government, okay? Let's just say, and then here you go. All right, so of course, not all of them are online right now, but they'll see my message and they will probably ask me a few questions if they want to verify that this is not a scammer or whichever. And then what's going to happen, right, is I'll probably get 10 bucks, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides here. No, try to ask from someone you do not know, okay? So don't ask from someone you know. Don't ask from someone in this class here. The reason here is to be an entrepreneur and ask it from somebody. Okay, you can get creative, right? You can do it different from me. So you say, hey, you know what? For 10 bucks, I'm going to help you do something, right? Just send me 10 bucks, help me out with this one here. I'm going to give you something, right? You can be creative. Now think like an entrepreneur. What is the problem you solve today, right? So it could be, hey, 10 bucks, you know what? And then I'll help you to coach you in basketball. Hey, 10 bucks, I'll send you a free sample of my makeup, my earring. Would you be game for that? So the first step is to ask for 10 bucks, just 10 bucks, okay? Now, Dr. Lau has replied me. He said, sure. See that? Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides here and go through a few more things. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slides. All right, who thinks this is like crazy stuff? Like, oh, this is mad. I've not seen something like this before. Okay, so sometimes all you really need is to ask. So as an entrepreneur, get used to getting rejections, right? Now, I actually forgotten to hide off some of the names here, but you can see in this practice, right? I've asked these people to buy something. Okay, it could be via Messenger, it could be via WhatsApp, it could be anything else, it could be emails as well. And if you see something, you just have to ask, and you get rejected. Look at the first one, yeah. I asked this guy called Hislik, right? He said, "Oh, 80 ringgit is high for me to pre-order these things." No problem, you're not going to die, right? Jen Ming, hey Jen Ming, would you want to buy this thing? He didn't even reply me. That's fine. It's okay. You won't die. Number three, Justin, right? Hey, Justin, hope you're well. Fancy seeing the other day. We are closing the registration deal. Would you still want to buy this? Justin says, I will take a pass, but maybe next time in the future. And that's okay. Okay? There. Now Lao Yong is getting creative, right? 10 bucks, I'll tell you a joke. Now that's some value, right? So I give you 10 bucks, you give me a joke. That's some value right there. So that's great. So you're getting creative and I like to see that. That's good. All right. So I'm going to let's all take a 15 minutes break right now, or call it an active break, because you're going to prove yourself as an entrepreneur. So we're going to come back here at, let's say, 3:40. Yeah, 3:40 p.m. That's around 15 minutes. Okay. And I want you to use this 15 minutes, right? To use your link and find some creative ways to go and offer something to somebody, right? You don't need a website at this point. We're still going to go and building a website, but right now you don't need a website. Just ask someone. Remember your business ideas? Can you offer that business to somebody, right? And ask 10 ringgit for him. Now, if you can get more than 10 ringgit, that's even better, right? Ask for 100 ringgit, ask for 50 ringgit, ask for 1,000 ringgit in exchange for something. If you can give something, if not, just try to ask something and see what you get. All right. So 15 minutes. We'll come back at 3:40 p.m. Right? And let's see after this 15 minutes who has got their 10 bucks. All right. All cool? I know this is something strange and some of you might feel uncomfortable, but remember again, when you feel uncomfortable, it's because of that lizard brain in your mind, right? That lizard brain is telling you, you might fail. And yeah, you might fail, you might get rejections, but it's okay, right? As an entrepreneur, we have to get used to failing. Okay, so ignore the lizard brain, go and get your 10 bucks, and let's all take a 15 minutes break. We will come back at 3:40 p.m. All right. I'm going to take a short toilet break, but if you need help, just type in your questions and also help that you need in the chat section, and I'll be here looking at that. All right, see you in 15 minutes time. Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm back. All right, so welcome back to the session. Now, how many of you here have gotten a 10 bucks thing? Now, before I go into this, I want to show you the results I got. Of course, I'm sure some of you maybe have results already. So let me just share my screen again, okay? All right, so let me share you some results before I continue today. Now, you can see that if you ask something from someone, right? And if they're online, if there's someone who supports you, it could be your spouse, it could be your friend, it could be somebody that knows you really well. And if you ask them, right, nicely and give value, and that value can be many things, right? That value can be in terms of something you exchange, just like a business. It can be the value of friendship as well, right? So we can see that here, in this example, Charles, whom I randomly asked, right? He has given me 10 bucks, right? Chehan has also given me 10 bucks. You can see this, okay? Kelvin has not responded to me, but there's a good chance that he'll help me out also. Now, I want to show you my email account, then to show you my PayPal account as well to prove to you that I've already gotten these 10 bucks, right? So now I'm going to go to my Gmail here, and you can see I've received, right, number one here, 10 bucks from UCAN Technology, which is Chehan, I suppose, yeah. And I've also received one from Ian Lin, right, for 10 bucks as well. Okay. And I've also sent 10 bucks to someone. All right. Okay. So now it's back to you. Okay. By the way, before I move on, right, when you go to a PayPal account, now once you receive your 10 ringgit or whichever amount that you ask for, when you go back to your PayPal account, you'll be able to see the well, the money that came inside. Okay, so let's look at it. All right, so I've got payment from Ian, and I got payment from UCAN as well. All right, so 10 bucks, 10 bucks, and I've made payment to Jeff. All right, because Jeff says he'll tell me a joke, and I'll hear the joke. Okay, so now what's your results? I'm going to go back to my slides again, and now I'm going to ask you, okay, what is your results after doing this activity? We have spent 50 minutes on that, and I'd like to hear from you. Now, who has gotten your 10 bucks from someone? Can you share? Okay, so I know for one, Jeff has gotten it, all right? Or better not write a name in red, okay? All right, so who has gotten a 10 bucks? Let's share with me here. I'll write your name down here. And you're an entrepreneur, man. Right, so I'm gonna write here. Let's see. So I know Jeff has got it. So now Jeff owes me a joke, right? All right, so Jeff owes me a joke. Jeff got 20 bucks. My goodness. Now, the reason why Jeff got this 10 bucks on somebody is probably because he's gonna tell a joke, right? And we want to hear the joke. So I think now you owe us 2 jokes already. Okay. Okay, Low Wei as well. All right. Low Wei got 10 bucks as well. Now, who else? I'm gonna write a name here. And this is like a wall of fame. Okay, this is like a wall of fame if you got your 10 bucks. Okay, who else got 10 bucks? Or who else got bigger than 10 bucks, like 50 or 100 or maybe even some other amount? Now, come on, who else got it here? 50 minutes. I know 50 minutes is a short time, and you might say, oh, Ruben, 50 minutes is such a short time to get some results, but again, when I give you a time constraint, you get creative. Okay, who else? Come on. Only 2? Yeah. So when you transact with PayPal is a service, right? So you'll get charged a small transaction fee for collecting payments. So I've not told you that because I don't want to complicate the whole transaction, but it's the same as making payments with credit cards and more. You get charged a small commission for PayPal to transfer you that funds. So yes, you would have to receive at the end of the day $7 around there, right? It's quite expensive on PayPal. That's why PayPal is not the best out there, but it's the easiest because I've just taught you how to receive money online, and some of you did receive money online. Okay. Now, who else have gotten something? Who else have made something today? Nobody else? Come on. Only 2 of us here today? Only Jeff and Lowe? Okay, who thinks that there's too little time to do this? Yeah, again, I'm not asking you to force you to do this, but who thinks it's just too little time to do this? You can use the chat section to tell me. It's okay. We are all learning here. And if you did the activity, good job, because you learn when you're doing this, right? And the reason why I want all of you to do this is because once you get this, right, you move past that fear, right? You move past that rejection stage because you'll get rejected. You can ask like 10 people and maybe 8 of them will reject you, but 2 of them will say, okay, sure, I know you, I'll support you, and I'll give you 10 bucks to see your growth. And that is normally from a friend. Or you can be more of a business owners, right? And business owner and say, hey, I'm just asking for 10 ringgit and I'll give you something back in return. Now that in return, right, can be something tangible. It can be something you can hold and touch and feel, or it can be something intangible like a joke as well. Now, the person who is willing to give you that 10 bucks, he's going to see the value. Now, does he or she values your friendship so much, right, that he's willing to support you with this 10 bucks? And number 2, is that person who has going to give you 10 bucks, does he or she sees value in whatever you have promised to exchange with them? Whether it's a joke, whether it's something useful, something that you can add value. Again, how do we find a business idea? We have done this exercise earlier on, right? Think about what are you passionate at? What can you create? And what can you offer for people for 10 bucks, right? If you can't get through this, you're not yet an entrepreneur. So the first step to being an entrepreneur is to ask somebody for money. That's it. That's how easy it is, and give them something back in value. Friendship, anything. All right. So, Corinne. So Chris is cheating here. Yeah, Chris is giving everyone 10 bucks just for nothing. But again, if you got it from him, that's fine. You still ask him, okay? So Kevin as well. So anyway, for those of you who have not gotten 10 bucks from people, don't worry. It's natural. Yeah, you get rejected. And I want to warn you that as well. But if you get rejected, don't feel depressed or don't feel down, because it's just natural. In a life of an entrepreneur, you get rejected and you have to go through stages of rejection until you see something, right? And this exercise is just to silence that lizard brain that you have inside your mind. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for the entrepreneurs. Okay, so we have 3 entrepreneurs today. That's great. For those of you who have not done it, I don't think you're not an entrepreneur. I still think you are, just that maybe you need a bit more time or some conditioning to do. Okay, so don't worry, you're on your way there, and I will just keep your spirits up. Okay, so Lao Yong's joke is a man told his girlfriend that she was drawing her eyebrows too high. Shin looks surprised. Is that worth 10 bucks? Anyway, just joking here. Okay, so one of the things here that I want to, okay, I'm going to screenshot this one here, okay, and send it to all of you. So this is like a wall of fame for today. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this and send it to you. Wall of fame. Good job for doing this if you have gotten your 10 bucks. Okay, for those of you not gotten it, it's fine. We are all in the practice mode here today. All right, so moving on. Now, I want you to think about what you have learned so far, right? Now, what have you learned when it comes to me asking you to go and get 10 bucks from some people? Can you share them inside the chat section? What have you learned so far? What did you learn during that 15 minutes of activity of asking for 10 bucks? Can you share some of your thoughts with me inside the chat section, and share with the rest of the people here as well, so everyone can learn from you also? Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Type it down, your answers here, your thoughts. What is in your mind when it comes to doing this? What have you learned? Okay, so I see one answer here. I'm going to type it down because it's a private response. Hard to get RM10. So one of you said hard to get RM10. Right? See, RM10 is also hard to get already. Now, how are we going to get a higher number? Okay, so think about that for a moment. Kevin said, find a problem statement. So now the problem comes into play, right? To get even just 10 bucks on someone, you have to be able to solve a problem for them before they exchange 10 ringgit, right? So we have to find a problem that we can help solve for people, right? So that's a good lesson learned as well. Find a problem that you can help people with, and then the money or the payment is just something extra. All right, what else? What else? What else have you learned from this activity? Share them with me here. Okay, let's share it to. Okay, so Jeff says that payment comes with services or products. When we exchange something, we get that payment, right? That's also true. It has to be an exchange of goods and services. Right? Jackson says, find out a business idea which could solve something, right? So we want to actually solve something, and when we can solve that, right, people will be willing to part off with their 10 bucks. Now, one thing that I've noticed, right, is that when someone pays for something, whether it's 10 ringgit or 100 ringgit, the value they want to get from that, they expect to get from the payment is normally 10 times higher. So if I give you 10 ringgit, I expect I get back something that is valued more than 10 ringgit. Okay. All right. So great. Thank you for sharing your thoughts here. Again, let's keep this interactive, okay? I'm sure you're learning a lot right now, and you can see that we have to find a problem. All right, so are all of you feeling good right now? Are you feeling okay? Right. Ask more people so that chances can get 10 bucks will be high. That's also good, right? With the more people you ask, right? The more people you ask, your chances will be higher, right? You don't just ask one person and then that one person rejects you, oh, my business sucks, right? No, don't do that. You have to ask a few people, right? Test your business product or services with a few people before coming to a conclusion that says whether your business idea works or does not work. Okay? So thank you for your answers. Okay, so well, you're feeling good, right? Carmen's feeling great. Yiju is feeling good. All right, so now a lot of you have received your 10 bucks, I hope. And for those of you who have not, I recommend you to continue doing this and try to get 10 bucks even after today's workshop to prove yourself as someone who is capable of doing it, right? That will give you that momentum and progression to go for more. Okay, it all starts with a small little transaction. All right, so if you're feeling good, now let's go and scale this thing up, right? So one thing that you may have realized, right, is that when you approach people like that and just ask them to give you 10 ringgit, these people, they cannot imagine something, right? They'll just look at your message and feel like, oh, are you a scam? Hey, is your Facebook account hacked? Is this message from you? They get suspicious because when it comes to selling things online or being an entrepreneur, people have to see and feel something, right? If not, it's not true, right? It's always something that people want to visualize and imagine before they believe something, right? And that's why the saying goes, seeing is believing, hearing is not believing, right? Okay, so with this, let's scale this thing up. And the next thing to do is to go and build a landing page, which is your website. Okay. Again, there's not going to be coding. We're not going to be doing any coding today because there's no time for coding, and coding does slows you down. Test your business first. Once you're able to sell a few units, then only then you look to a website. So a lot of people will say, oh, to start a business, I need a website first. That's a wrong mindset to look at, right? Sell first, then only build a website for it. That's the step to do as an entrepreneur. So for this example, for this exercise today, we're going to use MailChimp. Now, MailChimp is a marketing software. It's not meant to be a landing page software, but recently they have added new features to the software. So from being an email marketing software, now it has become a landing page software and a website builder as well. And the reason why I chose MailChimp is not because it's the best out there, but again, it's because it's easy to set up and we can have a website in just a few minutes. Okay, so it's no coding. Now, when it comes to a landing page, right? We only focus on one thing only and solve one problem only. Okay, and you can see that my screenshot here is an example of that. It solves only one problem. So now in your mind, you may have this question: what's the difference between a landing page and also a website? Now, actually, a landing page is a website. We call it a landing page is because people land into this page and there's nothing else they can do except to take one action. Okay, so the screenshot I showed you here in my screen is a website, and you have seen websites, right? Website, you have your home, about us, our contact us, and all these distractions around website. So when it comes to a website, you can build one with Wix, WordPress, and a lot of different types of tools. But the problem with websites is they're not focused, right? Now look at this picture here. You can click on shop, you can click on about, you can click on blog, and all these little things you can click here, but which one do you click? So as a business owner online, right? When you have a website, it's a good thing, but it often distract people from doing what you want them to do. Okay. If I show this page to all of you here today, more than 30 of you here, now some of you is going to click on the purple one. Some of you is going to click on the blue one. Some of you is going to click on nothing, right? And there's distractions everywhere. So it's not focused and you don't know which one to buy as well. Now compare this to a landing page. So landing page again is just a website, exactly the same thing, but see what's the difference, right? Now on this page, you can only do one thing, which is to put in your name, email, and click on that button, right? That's it. It's only focused on one thing. So there's only one option. And you also notice that on a landing page, there's no menu bar. That means there's no home, about us, contact us. And the reason why we don't put a menu bar on top is because we don't want people to be distracted and go and click somewhere else. We want them to do one thing only. And what is that one thing? It could be to collect someone's contact number or email so you can call them and follow up for your service. It could be something that you offer. They can buy something from you. Okay. And number three, it could be collecting their emails so that you can market to them back. So it could be one thing, anything, but only one thing. All right. So let's go into setting up MailChimp. So MailChimp is a free software. I mean, it's a paid software, but we're going to use the free plan, which allows us to build a landing page for free today. Okay. And there are 3 steps to setting up MailChimp. I'm going to go through together with you. So one is to create an account, of course, on MailChimp.com. I'll share you the link in a while. Don't worry. Number 2, we're going to create an audience list. An audience list is just a collection or a group of your customer/audience. Okay. Also known as a database. And then number 3, we're going to create a landing page. Again, a landing page is just a website, but without the distractions. All right, it's used to promote a specific product, to collect emails, or to give a discount away. All right, are you ready? Let's get started with this one here. Okay, so let's go into my browser. Now, if I'm moving too fast along today's practice, right, in this practice, slow me down, okay? Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is to go into MailChimp, okay? Now again, MailChimp is an email marketing software. It's designed as first as an email marketing software and now has evolved into a marketing platform. We're going to use it today to build a landing page. All right, so first of all, what we're going to do is go and sign up, okay? So click on sign up for free, sign up, and we're going to click on create an account. Do you see that? Okay, create an account. Now, you'll come to this page here, and I'm going to use my email to create together with you, okay? So I'm going to put in my email, ruben@catinsights.com. Username, I'm going to use a quick username here, like Ruben, Ruben the Awesome, okay? Do you think I'm awesome? I think I am. All right, so Ruben the Awesome, and then password, I'm going to use a simple password here, like, yeah, this is okay. So maybe, okay, we're done. Okay, so put in your email, username, password, and once you're ready, just click on sign up. That's it. Okay, so once you sign up, what's going to happen is they're going to send you an email to confirm that you have signed up for this service. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to my email, find that link that they sent me, and go and confirm it. So I'm going to go back to my email. Let me just, so my email is a bit slow, so I'm going to go and receive the email here, okay? So just ignore this part for now. Okay, so you can see my first email here, right? MailChimp, activate your account. Now you'll receive the same thing exactly like me. I'm going to click on this email, and then we are glad you're here, Ruben the Awesome. That's great. And I'm going to click on activate account. All right, I'm going to click on activate account, and that will bring me into the onboarding part of setting up my landing page on my website. All right, so before I move on here, right, I just want to see if everyone is okay and everyone can get to this page where I am right now. Okay, if you got it here, just say got it again. Yeah, so I know that you have got it and you are here together with me. Now, for those of you who have already registered your account and got an account, just stay there. Don't worry. We'll catch up together with you. Okay. Okay, again, once you go to this page, just let me know by saying got it, yeah? No, let's the password, don't use email password, use a password that you want for MailChimp. Yeah. I don't recommend you to use the same password as your email. It's a separate password, so use something else. But please don't forget your password, yeah. Just save it somewhere. All right, so Lao Yu has got it, Jackson has got it. Who else has got it? Once you got it, right, just let me know here and I'll slowly continue. Again, this is going to be something new for you and you might get confused, but this is the basics, yeah, to setting up a landing page without coding, without actually so it's simple, drag and drop stuff. Don't worry, it's something that you can actually do on your own as well. I just want to bring you through it so you understand the concepts. And then once you go through today's workshop, you can take what you have learned and apply it for bigger stuff. All right. All right. So Lao Yun got it. Carmen got it. Okay, I'm gonna wait here for another maybe uh, 3 or 4 more got it before I move on. Okay. I don't want anyone to be left behind. Now, if you're on a mobile phone, you can't follow. Just write the steps down. It's not hard to actually follow through, okay? So let's give the other people some time to catch up. Okay, Carmen, another Carmen says done. That's great. All right, how many people? What about the rest? Have you done it already? Do you need help? If you need help, let me know. I will slow down to help you through, okay? Once you have got to my page, just say done, say got it or something, so I know that you have done this, okay? All right, good job. Lester has done it as well. Okay, maybe one more, yeah? One more. I'll wait for one more person to get done and then we'll move on. Let's do it. All right, good job, everyone. Good job. Okay, so a lot of you have got to this page, okay? So good job again. Let's get started with the landing page. So Yiju has got it as well. Great. So let's get this show on the road. Maybe you see a different message. That's fine. All you have to do is just click on I'm not a robot, okay? So this is basically the onboarding process of getting started. So now at this page, you see some numbers. Don't worry, we're going to use the free version. We're not going to use the premium standard essentials. We're going to use the free version and that is okay, all right? You don't have to go for the expensive versions. It's going to be free. And how would they charge you is based on the number of contacts that you have in your audience list. All right, so we're going to choose a free option. Make sure you choose a free option here and click on complete. Okay. Now, once you've done that, this is where we set up our account. So I'm going to put in my name here. So I'm going to put in Ruben. Let's say my name is Ruben Awesome. And my business name is, let's say, I want to sell cookies and brownies for people who stays at home, okay? My website URL, if you don't have a website yet, it's fine, leave it blank. Phone number, you can also leave it blank if you want to, all right? You just have to put in your first name, last name, and business name, okay? So my first name Ruben, last name Awesome, business name Cookies and Brownies. Continue. That's it. All right, and address. Now this is important because MailChimp is an email marketing software. So when you're sending information to people, like an email and more, they have to know your address, right? Now, this is normally your business address so that they know that when you send emails, you are sending from a legitimate person, not someone who is a scammy person somewhere. Now, what we can do here is I'm going to put in my address, my office address. Okay. There you go. So you can put in any address you want to. If you don't have a business address, it's fine. This can put your home or something. This won't be shown to people, don't worry. Yeah. So put in your address and then click on continue. That's it. Now, after this, do you have any contacts? Right now, no. So it's okay. Continue without any contacts first. All right. Now, what do you plan to offer? Now, this is just some questions that they ask you. You don't have to really answer this one. You can if you want to. But I'm going to click on skip. You can see this skip here, right? Skip. I'm going to click on skip. That's it. All right. So you're ready to go. Want to stay in the loop? Not really. Just click on let's go. All right. And once you do that, you come to this dashboard where you have the whole control of your site right now. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Now, account all set up, let's dive inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on I'll do this later. Yeah, I don't have to do this right now. So I'll do this later. Don't have to set up all what they tell you to do right now. Let's be a bit more. All right. Okay, I'll do this later. Let's do everything later. Thanks. I don't need to see this anymore. Now you're an expert. You don't need the onboarding steps. Okay. All right, so now we are here and you will see that you have one subscriber, one total audience of one. So the one person in your account right now is you yourself because you've signed up with your own email, right? So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into audience. Do you see this thing on the left here? Audience. Okay. We're going to click on audience, right? And then we can see we have our audience of cookies and brownies. And this audience have one contact, which is us. Okay. So this is what you do to verify that you have audience, whichever name you put it, your business name, and then you have one contact. If you see this, you are good to go. Okay. Now, next thing you want to do is go down to this megaphone thing here, right? Microphone thing here. It's called megaphone, not microphone. Megaphone called campaign. I want you to click on campaign. Okay. And then we're going to start building our landing page. All right. So once you click on campaign, you'll see this turn to campaign. And I want you to click on create campaign on the right. See this campaign here? Create campaign. Okay. Click on create campaign. And now you see this window that tells you, oh, do you want to create email, customer journey, email template, multi-channel, right? I want you to just click on one thing here called landing page. See this landing page? All right, click on that. Click on landing page, and then we're going to give our landing page a name. So let's just say my name of landing page is cookies and, or maybe it's a cookie offer, yeah? Year-end cookie sale. Okay, now the landing page can be any name you choose. It's up to you. Choose a name for yourself. You can write anything, doesn't really matter. So mine is going to be year-end cookie sale. I'm going to click on begin. Again, if I'm moving too fast, slow me down. I'll show you some steps again, okay? Now, I'm going to click on accept, okay? Now from here, you can see there's a few templates I can choose from. Simple lead generation, asset payments, So these are basically templates for your website, for your landing page. Now, I recommend that you choose something simple, right? Don't choose something that is really hard. Choose something super simple for now. So for me, I'm going to click on and choose maybe this one here called Maria for some reasons. Okay, I'm going to click on this one because I see food and I love food. I'm going to click on this one. All right, so once I click on this one here, you can see that I'll come into a builder, right? A builder where I can drag and drop elements to create my landing page. All right, so before I move on again from here, anybody needs help, anybody stuck, and anybody needs to me to clarify some things before I go on. Just let me know in the chat section. You can use a microphone as well, and I will stop to help you. If not, I'll continue. Yeah, I think everybody can follow through. All right, Yijun is good. No problem. Easy, huh? Lester, where you stuck at? Jackson can. That's great. Lester, let me know where you're stuck at. I'll help you with that. Okay, you don't need to show your camera. You can share your screen actually. Okay, so I'm going to spend 5 minutes to help Lester. Right, for those of you who have gotten here, just stay put. You can explore the landing page, but stay put. Okay, I'll come back to you in a while. Let me just help Lester out with this one. So let me look at Lester. Okay. Okay, so Lester, you can share your screen. Let me see. Are you able to share your screen, Lester? Okay, just share your screen and then I'll control your screen for you. Okay, so the nice thing about Zoom, right? The system you're using right now is I can control your screen. Oh, you're using phone to do Zoom. Okay, so okay, maybe what you can do right now, yeah, is you can turn on your camera on your phone and show me what's on your screen. Okay, I'll take a look at it and see if I can help you right now. Yeah, but if you're on your desktop, if you're on your laptop on Zoom, what you can do is you can actually share your screen and I can actually control your screen with it. But it's okay. Turn on your camera and show me what's on your screen. Let me help you out with it. All right. Oh no, what is that? Okay. All right, so let's could you try doing an incognito window or not? Do you know what's an incognito window? So if you're on Google Chrome, which you are, right? I'd like you to open up an incognito window. So to open up an incognito window, it's so hard to pronounce. You want to click on, I think on Windows, it's Shift plus Control plus, what else? New, yeah, I think it's new. Yep, it's Control, Shift, and N, yeah? So press this on Google Chrome, and what's going to happen? Let me just show you what's going to happen when I do this on my screen, okay? So let me just share my screen with you, and I will show you what's going to happen here. Okay, so when you press an incognito window, right? So I'm going to click on Control, Shift, and N. You see this thing coming out. You have gone incognito. Now, once you have gone here, try to load up MailChimp again, right? Your problem seems to be an internet connection problem because there are too many connections that are happening here. So try to run MailChimp inside an incognito window, okay? If it doesn't work, try using a different browser. Maybe like for now, yeah, you can try Firefox, Internet Explorer, or something else. Okay. See if that works for you. Yeah. Okay. Who else need help? Before I move on, I want to make sure you all can follow through here. Okay. Who else needs help? Got it. Pig food. Kerwin also got it. It's great. Okay, so I think most of you got it. Let me move on. Yeah. Again, if you need help, I'm here to help. Just slow me down, ask me things, and I'll help you with that. Okay, so anyway, once you have this landing page here, I'm sure most of you have already taken to try something. Okay. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to change some things here. All right. And I recommend you to keep it simple, and we're going to sell our product or services. So, for example, for me, I'm going to sell, let's say, brownies and cookies. Yeah, cookies for people. So, very quickly, I'm not going to do much today, but just quick show you some quick examples. Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to delete all of this top here. So, when you take a mouse and hover around, right, you can see that you can delete stuff and also edit some things around. So I'm going to delete off this Maria word on top here. So I'm going to click on delete. Okay. Oh, let us change that again. All right. So recipes like mom used to make it just a little better. So that's the template. Now I'm going to click on this pencil icon here. You see this icon here, right? And when I click on that, I can change my headlines. So let me just change to something really simple. Now this can be in English, this can be in Malay, Bahasa Malaysia, up to you. Can be Chinese as well. It's really up to you. So I'm going to say, let's say I'm selling cookies, yeah? So how much is cookies anyway? Homemade cookies. All right, so I'm going to change that, right? So you can see that I have something really nice here already, okay? Now I'm going to change the font a little bit. So I'm going to reduce the size of this image. Nah, not so nice, huh? So, nah, not going to do that. Leave it here. Okay, so homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor. For example, yeah, something simple. We don't want to get too complex right now. And I'm going to come down here and maybe change the background image. Okay, so to change the background image, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into style, right? And under style, you can see I have page, header, and more, right? So let me just change my header. I'm going to go to header. Now, why is it called header? It's because this is the head of the website, okay? I'm going to go into header and let me just change something else because I'm selling cookies, not vegetables or salad. So go and get a picture from your business or something. Now, for my example, I'm just going to choose something quick. Don't follow what I'm doing right here because this is not recommended. Yeah. But let me just choose something quick to show you how this would work. Yeah. So I'm going to choose something like brownies or something. Baking, not cooking brownies. Okay. I'm going to choose something so I can upload that and show you how it works. Nice pictures. I'm looking for nice pictures here. Okay. So let's say I take this picture. Okay. I'm going to save this picture into my desktop. All right, so coming back here, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to replace this image here. So I'm going to click on replace, and I'm going to upload the image, okay? And then I'm going to choose that brownie photo here. All right, this is just an example again. Of course, for your business, you can choose something that looks much better than this. All right, so now we have this. Now, when I put this image here, it has become a bit harder to read the words, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an overlay color, like a filter above here. So the color is black, and I'm going to put a bit darker here. Can you see the change? So homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor. How's that? Looks much better, right? Okay, click on save. Okay, so now I'm going to change this button here. Do you see this button? So this button, now here's the interesting thing, right? So book now, instead of book now, I'm going to click on the edit button here, and I'm going to say buy a box. Buy a box, and I'm going to put in the exact amount. Let's say my box is RM10, right? Or RM15. Buy a box RM15, and I'm going to say free shipping, just like that. Okay, again, keep it simple. Of course, you can make it nicer later on, but for now, I want to keep it simple. Okay. All right. So next thing, you can see that this thing links to. So links to is when someone clicks on that button. Okay, where would you lead them to? Okay. So at this point, who can guess where would we lead people to? If you can guess this, I'm going to give you $10. Okay. Where will we lead people to? Where should we link people to when they click on this button? Not my website. Jackson, not my website. I taught you this earlier. Come on. We're gonna go simple, okay? Yes, people account, right? So we created a people account earlier. So I'm gonna go to my PayPal.me, right? Do you see how things are coming apart? I'm coming together right now. So I'm gonna go to my PayPal me, okay? And we know this is my PayPal me, right? And of course, I want to choose a predefined number. So paypal.com, PayPal me /other mentor all right? I'm gonna put in 15 MYR. Now why 15? Because on my landing page, I'm selling my cookies for 15 ringgit a box. Do you see that? So I'm gonna go back here and just verify that this link is working. Always verify that your link is working before putting them up to your landing page, okay? So once I verify this is correct already, I put my face there so people know it's me and I'm not scamming them or something. Copy this link, go back to my landing page, and here's the magic. We're gonna pass in this URL and paste it inside here. Web address, URL. All right, with that link so that I can collect the $15 from somebody. That simple. All right, so I'm gonna save and close. That's it. All right, so at this point, I can actually go down here to explain more about what people are receiving. Okay, what is my brownie about? What's my cookie? Who am I? What's going to happen if you stay in Selangor? How shipping is going to be sent to you? What time do we send? Yeah, who is the baker? And what's our story? Why are we doing this? We're helping people during the CMCO and more, right? So I'm going to remove some of these things because we don't need all these things. Okay. Okay, remove. Okay, see, so we don't need all these things. Again, your goal here is to keep it simple. Okay, keep things simple. We don't need these things. Okay, I'm gonna just, oops. Hold on, let me just remove some of the things here. Don't need this part. Don't need this part. Hold on, let me just change some things here. As I can see. Okay. So let's say I have this, really ugly looking footer. Actually, I don't need this footer, yeah. I'm just deleting off and see whether I can remove this part. If not, I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, so anyway, I don't want to spend too much time in designing this landing page because you can do this on your own pace, right? But let's just say I have this top here, homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor. And of course, like I said earlier, we can actually go and fill up this information here, make it look better. Now, let's just say I'm done with this, right? Now what's going to be next is I'm going to click on save and close. Do you see this save and close in the bottom here? Yeah. So I'm going to click on save and close, and that's it. Now I have a website or landing page rather that I can use to promote to people. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on publish. Do you see this one here? Publish. So click on publish. And now I have this link, which is my landing page here. This is the link here. So I'm going to click on this link, and you can see I have homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor, right? Now, of course, I've not fixed the bottom here. I better go and fix it. You can see that it's simple, but I can do more, in fact, right? And it's basically a landing page that I can send to people and say, hey, do you like cookies sent to you? I'm selling maybe 10 cookies or so, 10 boxes. Would you like one? It's just 15 ringgit. Oh yeah, sure, Ruben, I like one. I'm going to click on this button and buy. When they click, they'll be sent to here, pay. When I receive that payment, I'll send them the cookie. That is entrepreneurship. All right. So what we can do right now is we can take this link here, go to Facebook or whichever. Okay. I'm going to show you. Okay, go to Facebook and say, you know what? Right. And say, hey friends. Again. Hey friends, I've just came out with some cookies. Got 10 boxes only. Grab one here. Right? And then post it, paste it, tell someone to buy your cookies, ask someone to buy your cookies. Now you are a business right now. All right, so now I'm going to stop here again and see if you need help from me. And for those of you who have created your landing page and put in your PayPal account to receive payments, can you share your link inside the chat section? I'm going to share mine here so you can look at my page, right? Which looks something exactly like this. And now we are ready to go and market this thing. You're ready to go take this link and send it to someone and say, hey, I'm offering cookies on my page here, or whichever product or services that you're offering right now. All right, so for those of you who are building your page, can you show me your work? Yeah, show the rest of your work. What have you done? Let's stop here for 5 minutes for you to wrap up and show us your work, okay? We'll go back to campaigns. And if you need help, I'll be here to help you with the questions that you need. Okay. Now, if you're confused, don't worry. You take some time to learn the whole software. It'll take some time to learn how to use it effectively. But yeah, you get the idea of how we can use this. Okay. So let me change this. All right, once you're done your work, show me your work, yeah? So your second challenge today is to get your landing page up, just like this, and then share it with the whole group here in the chat section. I'm going to give you another 5 minutes to do this, and I'll resume at 4:36 p.m. Okay, I'm going to use another 5 minutes here as well to go and kind of like design my page here to give you some quick idea of how a page should look like. Okay, so keep it simple for now. Don't worry about too much about details or how it looks like. Oops. All right, everyone okay? Or are you just watching me doing some of my editing here? All right, I'm gonna put my face here. I'm gonna replace this with a picture of myself. Let me find a picture that I can find on in my computer. Yeah, I'm not sure I can find a nice picture, but let me just try and see if I can find a picture. Let me see if I can find a quick picture. Okay, that's a bad picture, but let me try. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm going to edit this. Crop it to. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stop here right now because I've made some quick changes, right? And it's not the best out there, but you get an idea. So I'm going to click on save and publish again. Okay. And all right, so that's the same thing. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to this page. Okay. And I'm going to do a quick refresh. So hit on refresh on my page. And you can see now we have homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor with a nice button there. Buy a box, RM15 free shipping. And you can say, oh, Robert homemade cookies, 2 flavors to choose from. There's 12 pieces of each in a box. Durian chocolate and also vanilla madness, right? And your cookie baker is Ruben Cheng. It's Ruben and I love baking. During the CMCO, I decided to sell some cookies to people in Selangor. I think you're gonna love it. Try a box today for RM15. Normal price at RM30. That's it. All right. So who has created your landing page? Can you share it with the chat section right now? I hope you're not too tired. Yeah. I hope this is something interesting for all of you. All right. So share your work with us. Share your work, your link. And I'd like to see some of your work before we move on, okay? just paste a link inside the chat section, and it doesn't have to be the best landing page out there. It just have to be something that we can share to people, okay? All right, go and share your link. If you have a bare minimum, that's also okay. Just doesn't look at it only right now. Are you all still working on your on your page? Oh, I share your work, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all right.
Share
Go and share
your
your
work.
work.
Share your work.
Yep, share your work. Okay, so since everyone is taking some time to do their page, right? Let's say I'll give you some time to do this again. We'll take another short break right now, up to 4:45, right? And okay, so we'll be back at 4:45 p.m. I'd like you to share a word. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the best thing out there. I just want to make sure that you're able to do this and come up with a quick pitch. Okay. So once you're ready with your pitch, put them on the chat section, and we'll be back at 4:45 p.m. Okay. Let's take a short break, refresh your minds, come back after this. All right. I'll see you in 5 minutes time. Thank you, everyone. See you again. All right. Let's continue. Okay. So show me your links, share them inside the chat section. Just copy and paste them. Let's look at one or two, and then we'll continue. Okay. We have just a bit more to go. Don't worry. I'll end this session a bit earlier because I think, again, as like I said earlier, right? When it comes to online classes like this, no more than 2 hours or 3 hours, people get tired. I get tired. You get tired as well. I totally understand. But a bit more, stay with me. We will end this a bit shorter. We'll stop for Q&A if you have some questions to ask and also to help needed. And then we'll call it a good day for Saturday. So anyway, share your link. I'd like to see some work, and let's look at some of your work. Waiting for your responses, yeah? So one or two, that's good enough to see. All right, I see something from Lao Yong. Yeah, so let me just take a look at this landing page and I'll show everyone inside here as well, okay? So I'm going to leave this page, close this. And let's take a look at Lao Yong's work. Thank you for doing your work, yeah? Again, you learn best when you're actually working on it. So good job on that. All right, so we deliver storybooks to your doorstep, order now. This is good, right? So let's do. Okay, so that's okay. You use the same template as me. We have the same basic one here. And when we click on the button, let me see what happens. Give me money, right? $10. All right. So that's great. Okay. There's going to be work that you have to do with the page, of course, to put in what people actually get when they buy something from you. But this is a great start. Now, once you have this thing, good one. You can continue to do this on your own. And I'm sure I've left you with some insights to go and do this on your own. So good job. Yeah. Let's look at Kervin's one. Yeah. He sends us a photo. So let's take a look at this photo here. Okay, so I can't change the name above, you mean? The name above is usually a logo, right? So let me just show everyone what Kevin means by sharing my desktop. So Kevin sends this picture to us, right? So Sawyer's Bake Shop, and I think you are referring to this logo up here, right? And how do you change that logo up here? Now that's a good question. So to change this logo up here, let me try to show you on my screen. Okay, you want to go back to campaigns and you'll see your landing page that you've created here. Then in my case, it's year-end cookie sale. So I'm going to click on here, click on edit, go back to the page to edit this page and click on edit design, right? To re-edit this design again. So the header, the logo of that page is normally known as your page logo, and you will have to change that if you want to. Yeah. So the way to change this is to go into style. You see style here. Okay. And then look for page. And usually you find something that says logo somewhere. I'm trying to look for it as well. I'm not too sure as well because for different types of templates, you might have different types of options as well. So let me just look at it and see if I can find this logo portion here. Now, for the rest of you, you have done your work, please post it here so we can take a look at it, okay? Okay, for some reason, I can't find it here, but oops. Let me try to choose that same page that you choose and then see how can I replicate that same logo that you have. So let's take a look at it again. Sawyer's Bake Shop, yeah. So I'm gonna go to campaign. Let me try creating another landing page. Another landing page, let's say, begin. Okay, so which one do you choose? Can you help me with this? Which one do you choose? The baking one. Okay, where's the baking one? The baking. What's the name of it? Can you help me with this? What's the name of it? I don't see it here, yeah? Okay, so what I think you have done, yeah, for Kervin, what I think you have done is you use a different option. So you didn't build a landing page, but what you have done is you have went to build a website instead. So let me just explain this one. Now within MailChimp, right, there's another option for you to build. So I've taught you to build a landing page by going to campaign, going into create campaign, and then choosing landing page, right? Now, some of you may be more adventurous in a way that you didn't choose my way, but then you go into the left corner here and you chose website, right? And then you chose oh, I want to edit a website right now. So a landing page and a website is again two different kind of thing. Okay, so I think you have chose the website option, and then you choose edit my website, right? And then under here, you'll see another website is a bit different because a website has a logo. Do you see this thing here? Now I find the page that you're using already. So again, different, yeah. Landing page and the website is two different things. They're the same thing, but then landing page has no menu bars. So when you click on edit page here, right, you can see, oh, I have this Sawyer's Bake Shop, right? How do we remove this one? Now, to remove this one, you really can't remove this one. But what you can do is you can edit this section. You see this that pops up, edit this section. And under the logo here, see the logo components, we can choose to change the size of it, making it small, making it large, or replace the image. Yeah, click on replace image and choose your own logo. Let's say I put my cookies there, yeah, which is going to look ugly, but you get the idea of how it works. Now my logo is just a bunch of cookies, which looks so weird, right? All right, so that's how you change the logo. Now this is the website option, right? And a website is like what I mentioned to you. You have your home, you have about us, you have contact us page, and more. It's like building a website. Now you can do this with MailChimp as well. But today we have gone simple and we've just built a landing page. A landing page has no menu bars. Why? Because we want people to focus on what we have to sell or offer only. We don't want people to go away somewhere else. Okay? Thanks for that, drawing Jackson. Okay, anyway, let's move on. I trust that a lot of you who are still working on your landing page would be able to do this on your own later on. If you'd like me to take a look at it, just, just paste inside the chat section. I'll take a look at it. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to move forward. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to my slides and explain a few more things. But again, once you have your landing page, you can begin to market it. Yeah. You don't have to wait. You can begin to take a link, post it to whichever you want to market it. Yeah. Okay, so welcome back. Now we have set up MailChimp, we have set up our landing page, right? Now there's a few things that we can make our landing page more effective to get people to buy, yeah? And I'll just go through it very quickly with you. So one of the biggest things for a landing page that works, yeah, is always the headlines. So what is the main benefit of buying your product or service? You want to put inside your headline. Now, what is the headline? The headline is the text that people see when they click inside your landing page for the first time. What is in it for them, right? What is it that I should care about your product or services? You have to put in a main benefit there. Now I'm going to skip past the ADA framework and go into social proof first. Yeah. Now social proof is basically on your landing page, you want to have examples of people who have bought from you, like testimonials. So we have a landing page and we have a testimonial that says, oh, I've bought cookies from Ruben. They are the best cookies ever. Right? So when people see social proof, they believe what you sell better. Number four, scarcity. Scarcity is when you have something that enables them to take action right now, to buy right now. Because in an internet world online, there's a lot of distractions, right? And there's a lot of choices. Think of it. You can buy the same product from Lazada, Shopee, and anywhere else. There's no scarcity. So scarcity means you have to buy right now. If not, they'll be gone. I'll show you how to do this in a while, okay? And always use real photos. So you can see that I use my own photo. I use real photos of cookies and not someone else's photos, because when you use real photos, people would believe you better. Okay, so I'm going to go back to scarcity and explain what is scarcity. Okay, so how do we make my landing page better and put in some scarcity? Okay, I'll go back to my Google Chrome here, share this, and all right, so look at this one here. Now, homemade cookies sent to you in Selangor, buy a box RM15. It's okay, but can be done better, right? So how do we make this better? Now, one of the ways I can make this better is by putting a scarcity tactic, okay? So for example, I'm going to go back to my, my site here, go back to campaign, and go and edit something. This is going to be quick. I'll show you how to get this done, okay? And this is something that you can use for your own websites or your own business as well. Edit this, edit design. All right, so when we put things like this, people can have the option of not buying it right now. Oh, I can buy it later on. Doesn't matter right now, right? So what we can do is we want to put in something like that tells them, oh, you have to get it right now. If not, it's going to be gone, right? So a quick way is I can put something here like a text, and I'm going to say something like, let's say limited, or 8 boxes left, right? That's it. As simple as that, if you want to, right? So when you put in the scarcity tactic, people, oh, there's only 8 boxes left. I have to get it right now, right? Without getting it right now, it'll be gone, okay? Or something like that. Or you can put something like, oh, buy early and get, or get a free cookie jar. First 10 customers only, right? Now that's a scarcity tactic. Oh, I want a free cookie jar when I buy the cookies as well. How to get it? It's only for the first 10 customers. Or I have to go get it right now. So you give them a reason to go and buy something from you right now. Rather than, oh, I can wait for next week, I can wait for next month, I can wait for next year. So you want to give them a reason, a good reason to take action right now itself. So that's a scarcity tactic, right? So think about some scarcity tactics you can use for your own product or service. All right. So anyway, I'm going to move on from here and leave this. Yeah, I'm sure this is a lot for you to take inside. So let me just go back to my slides and I'll move on to the next things already. Okay. Now, before I end this section, this is the second section here. Now, there are other payment gateways as well. You have learned how to use PayPal, right? So PayPal me, just put in a link and then someone can pay you, right? Another gateway they can use is also called Bill Please. I'm not going to go through this today, but I will share with you the link. The concept is exactly the same as PayPal. You just have to sign up for an account, okay? And then get a link, and then that link can be placed inside the button. Yeah. And when someone clicks a button, they can pay you via bank transfers or credit card as well. So just like the one you see on my screen here, they can pay you via CMB clicks, Maybank to you and more. And this way, you can start collecting payments for your own business quickly and easily. All right. So this is Bill Please. Go and check it out. It's free to get started with, but you have to pay a small transaction every time someone pays you something. So the bank transfer transaction is about, I think, 1 ringgit per transaction. So when someone pays you, let's say 10 ringgit, you have to pay Bill Please 1 ringgit. That's the transaction fee. Yeah, very normal in payment gateways. And credit card is around 2 to 3% of the amount that people pay you. So go check it out. I won't go through this together today because of lack of time, but try out for yourself. The exact same thing like PayPal, just that Bill Please is a Malaysian company. Yeah, it's a Malaysian company. That's why it offers you the method to receive payments via bank transfers. Okay. Now the third way, which is even more ghetto of getting payments, is just using M to U. All of you have Maybank to you. Do you? Okay. Let me rephrase the question. Who here has Maybank and Maybank to you app? Yes. Just say yes if you have. Yes. Who here has Maybank to you application? I'm sure you do, right? Some of you would do. Now, one easy way of collecting payments online, right, is just going to your Maybank to you, launch it. CMB is, then cannot lah. CMB is susah a bit. Maybank is easier, all right? I think CMB also can, but it's a bit harder in my experience. So Maybank is much, much easier. And you see Maybank QR codes all around here and there, right? So launch your Maybank to you, get your QR pay, and here's the simplest way of collecting payments online, right? Go and take that, go and take that image, right? And post it on your page. I'll show you how to do it, okay? I'll show you how to do it. So, really simple, right? Let me show you how to do this. really quickly. This is like silly, a stupid way of doing it, but who cares? Entrepreneurship is about providing value, not about how beautiful your website is. Okay, so going to go into campaigns. I'm going to go into editing again. So you can see that I'm editing the page a lot, right? I did this page, and instead of using a button, which some people get confused, oh, what is PayPal? We're going to use something that they're familiar with, M to U, right? So how do we do this? Really simple. I'm going to show you. Okay, let's just say we're going to collect payments via Maybank to you. Okay, I'm going to put in something like send RM15 to M to U code. Free shipping to anywhere in Selangor, right? This is please send receipt after transferring. Thanks. All right. Now, I'm going to take an image box here. Take this, drag it here. See that? Now, I'm going to upload an image, and you can guess what image it is, right? I'm going to upload my QR image. Let me see if I got it yesterday. I downloaded this yesterday just to show you how this works. Let me just go and get it. Okay, I'll put it to desktop. Okay. Upload an image, go to my desktop, and I'm going to choose that image there. I know this is silly, but I tell you it works. Okay, it works. Okay, all right. I'm going to edit it a bit because it looks a bit huge on my screen. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to crop it, and I'm going to crop it down to just the QR code here. All right, save it. I'm telling you, this is entrepreneurship, right? Doing something online does not have to be super hard. You don't have to build a website and all that. All you have to do is something like this. Exactly. And I promise you it will work. Okay. All right. So once I'm done, let me look at my landing page right now. I'm going to give you a refresh. Homepage cookies sent to you in Selangor. Send $15 to everything below. And someone can scan that and just pay that, send a receipt to me, and that's it. All right. So this is one of the silliest way, but I've seen people do it and it works. Okay. Okay. Back to my slides here. Okay. So before I move on, yeah, I know your Maybank got hacked. Okay. I hope you don't get hacked with this way. I don't think you'll get hacked because it's just a QR code for people to send you something. Okay. So before we go on to the third phase of today's workshop, this third phase will take another 10 to 15 minutes. I'll keep it short, and then we'll open up for Q&A. But before I go to that, right, at this point, is there questions? Is there any doubts? Is there anything that you'd like to ask before we move on? Is there anything you'd like to go through with me before we move on to the next part? The next part is going to be short. Yeah, it's going to just be ideas for you to take off from here. Now that you have your landing page, how do you market it? All right, all good. Hiju is all good. That's great. Okay, so with this, I'm going to move on, yeah? Still hanging there, yeah? So I won't go through too deep anymore. I know a lot of you like, oh, this is new today. And I'm sure you have learned a lot of things today already. Okay, now, once you've gotten your $10, right? Once you've gotten your landing page, now it's time to go for the next step, right? And get more, okay? And this is where marketing comes inside, all right? So back then, we've not really do a lot of marketing. What we've done is ghetto entrepreneurship, right? We've created something and asked people to pay us for something, just like that, right? And I recommend all of you to do that because before you spend time, money, and effort to go and build a website, go and test out whether your product service works by just asking someone, hey, I'd like to give you this. It costs 50 ringgit. It costs 200 ringgit. Would you want it? Right? Just ask them. If you find out that nobody wants your product or service, then don't go and build a website for it. Find something else to go and work on. All right. Now, once you find out something that works, once you find out something, a product or service that you can sell, and you have built a website or landing page for, and it sells already, now it's time to do some marketing. Okay. Now, I've kept this part simple because I don't want to go into too deep of marketing today. But these are some great ideas you can start to use and begin to scale and get more in your business. Okay. So first of all, again, like the same concept I taught you today, sometimes in business and in marketing, all you have to do is just ask someone. Okay. So this is a quick case study. And this is by a friend in Penang who runs a Indian food store, right? So the MCO hit him and he had to diversify online. Okay. So he started off his um, because he cannot run his store, right? He has an Indian food store and he couldn't run this at his restaurant or his store basically. And he asked me for help. How do I market my um, my food from home? Because he started doing delivery, right? He started sending people delivery food to their homes. So what I recommend to him is to just simply email or message his friends. Start off that way. Okay. So this is a script that I've taught him to use. And basically what he does is he messages his friends this way. He say, oh, one thing I realized during CMCO is people had request me to send them food from my store because they can't cook at home for some reason. I want to invite some of you to test a business idea with me because I'm doing this delivery business right now and trying it. And I'm choosing you because I trust you. Okay. Indian veggie or non-veggie meals. We have both. My mom is a head chef and she's cooking them and I'm in charge of delivery. If you'd like to give our food a try, just hit here to order. $10 per meal. And the link is a PayPal link, an M2U payment, or a bank transfer link or whichever, right? And all you have to do is just ask someone for it. This is basically marketing, right? And this is what he had done. I'll show you a screenshot, right? He has sent the exact same message to people. The only difference he have done here is he has changed that link that I've taught him into a WhatsApp number. So if people want to buy this, they simply just message him and say, hey, I want that offer. I want this, whatever they're giving me, right? And of course, he sent it to a lot of people and some people responded. Some people who trust him, some people who believe in what he do, bought his vegetarian sets and all that kind of special classic vegetarian set, right? So this is one way to market, and this is the basic way you should do. Before you think about running advertisements, Facebook ads, and all that, do this first. If you can't get a sale on this, don't run ads. Don't do that. Yeah. All right. Number two is to use referrals. Okay. So after he has sold his vegetarian set to some people, the second step is to ask for referrals. And this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs forget to do. So how does referral works? Now, referral works in a way that once you have a customer, right, who enjoys your product, your services, we then go back to them and say, hey, do you know someone else that will also like this? Can you refer them to me? Now, most of the time, they will say, okay. Yeah, they will say, okay, and say, oh, I think that I have another friend who will like your food as well. So this is the exact script I have gave him and taught him to do it. So what he had done is he have messaged his customers who have bought his food and say, hey, I'm happy that you're enjoying our food. And thanks for giving me feedback or whichever on my food, right? Now I'm looking for more people to try our food in Penang. Yeah. Who is someone you know that will enjoy our food as well? Can you refer them to me? And I promise to add more papadums for you the next time I send you your food. That's simple. Yeah. And with this, when using referrals, he would actually get more customers this way. Just this way itself, by asking his past customers to refer new customers. This is an amazing tactic for marketing that a lot of people don't use. Yeah. So of course, when you ask for referrals, you want to reward people with something. Yeah. When you ask your past customers, you have to give them something for helping you. So it could be anything. It could be extra of what you're already giving to them. If you are selling something like a product or service, you can say, oh, help me and I'll give you a small little Starbucks card, just for help for reasons of helping me, and you just put in 10 bucks or 20 ringgit into this Starbucks card, it will cost you something, but over the long run, you'll get more in return. Okay, so use referrals, they are great. And if you're running a business, always come back to referrals. How can you get your past customers to go and market for you? Okay, now go to groups as well and work backwards. And this is something that we can do on social media, right? And basically, when you have something already, you want to go into Facebook groups and basically look at ways you can go and find more customers through that way. So in this example, I'm going to show you something live, okay? And I'll show you a quick case study, yeah? If you're still hanging here, stay with me. I'm going to end this shortly, but I want to show you this live so you understand how this works. Now, when it comes to marketing a product or service, always go to where you know customers are around, okay? So let me give you a quick example. A few months back, right, in May, I created a new software for entrepreneurs, right? So how do I sell that software to people? So one of the ways I sold the software is by going to Facebook groups, okay? So I'll show you this live, and let's go get my Google Chrome. Okay, so how do we find customers? So one of the ways is to go into Facebook groups. Go to Facebook groups like this, go to Facebook, and basically, if you go to Facebook and if you use the search bar above here on the left, right, you can see this bar here, you can find different types of groups from different types of niches, okay? So let's just say I am interested in selling cookies to people who are to stay-at-home parents, for example, okay? So what I can do is I can search for Facebook groups about people who already wants to buy cookies, right? So let's just say I search for home food cook, something like that, right? Now you'll find that you have a lot of different types of posts, but I want you to go inside groups. Do you see groups here? So groups are basically a collection of people who share the same interests as you, for example. So I'm going to go into groups, right? And you can see there's a lot of different types of groups here. Homemade food delivery, KL and Selangor. That could be something, right? So what we can do is we can go and join these groups here. Home cooked delights. Join these groups here. Go and join, right? Let's say I'm here, join a group. And basically, don't hard sell. So a lot of mistake that people do, right, is they go into groups like this, and then what they do immediately is they take their link and like this, right? Okay, let me see if I'm inside this group. Okay, so I'm not inside the group yet. I'm requesting. They will approve me in a while. But a lot of people, what they do is they go in the group like this, for example. Yeah. And then they say, yo, who want to buy my food right now? Right? I say, oh, yo. Right? And this is a bad way of doing it. Why? Because you are hard selling. You're not adding value. Okay? So one tip I can give you is when you go into a group like this, like in this example, so I told you back a few months, I sold a software, right? So how did I do it? Now, when I came to this group here, and this group is a group that talks about entrepreneurship and startups in Malaysia, okay? So what I've done is instead of hard selling, you ask a question, okay? So let me just find my name to show you that exact post I've shown you. So always ask a question. There you go. Okay, so you can see what I've done here is in September. Yeah. Do you run a Facebook group and wish you can automatically save your members' answers when they send a request into Excel sheet? We are building a small software or tool to do this. Let me know if this is something useful. I'm doing a pre-sale for this. So I'm asking questions. I'm not selling yet. Yeah. I'm asking to see if there are people interested. Okay. Now, some people is going to respond to that. You see these people here? Oh, I'm interested to know more. I'm interested. Yes, yes, yeah, sure. And whatever. Now, only then you go and message them and say, hey, thanks for your interest. Here's the link. Would you like to get it? It's just whichever amount you want it, right? So when it comes to marketing on Facebook, it's not about hard selling, and hard selling. It's about asking questions, getting a response, then and only then you sell. Okay, so I see that my request to join homemade food delivery in Selangor has been approved. Let me just go and refresh this and see if I can go inside. All right, so inside here, right? I can see all these people also hard selling. Look at this. Lily, she's hard selling. And nobody responds to her. Boo-hoo, Nobody likes a hard seller, right? Oh, free delivery, cowboy delight. Nobody responds to that because they're not adding value. So how can we do differently? One thing we can do differently is like, hey, have anybody heard about durian chocolate brownies, right? Right? Ask a question, and this get people interested about, hey, what is this about? And they want to respond to that. Huh? Would you like to try some? Okay. In Selangor. And then post that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to post that because I don't actually sell durian chocolate brownies. But if I do, right, I will post something like this into a few groups, get some responses, and then personally go and talk to them and say, hey, thank you for your response. I have a few batches for sale. I only have 10 boxes and I've already sold 5, so I have 4 more left. Remember scarcity, 4 more left. Would you want a box? It's just 20 ringgit. It's just 50 ringgit. Don't want? Fine, it's okay. Right? Again, get used to rejections. Okay, so any questions you have for this so far before I move on to the next things? I think this is really simple and yet really important, yeah? So go to groups, work backwards. It's so much easier to sell something when people already want it. Yeah. So go to somewhere people already want your product and services. Don't start from scratch. Don't figure on Facebook ads and all that. Don't worry about that. Go to people as you start. And when you find a group of customers who already buy from you, then and only then you go into things like Facebook ads and more. Okay. All right. Now I have a few more lessons on Facebook ads before I end, and just to give you some quick advice. Yeah. So when it comes to Facebook ads, um, I think some of you today have run Facebook ads before. A lot of you who have not been in business have not run Facebook ads. But let me just give you some parting advice. Yeah, when it comes to Facebook ads. Now, few things. So when it comes to running profitable Facebook ads, right? Only run ads for proven products and services. That means these are products you know already can sell. If it does not sell, don't run Facebook ads. Number two, always create a customer persona. Now, what's a customer persona? A customer persona is someone you can imagine in your mind. So when you're writing your ads, text, or images, you're creating it for that person. So in the beginning of this workshop, I asked you, who's your customer? And some of you said, everyone. Everyone is a bad way to think about them. So who's your customer? Oh, I'm targeting female who is 21 years old in Selangor. Now, it becomes easier for us to write an ad for these people. Okay. Number three, I think this is one of the best takeaways I can give you from this Facebook ads lesson is learn from the best ads from this link right here. Okay. So I will show this one before I end to this workshop. This is my last lesson for you. Yeah. All right. So when you go to facebook.com/library, you can see all the ads from the companies you like. Let me just show you what I mean. Okay. You're able to see something like this. So let me show you this one. And this is my last lesson before we go to Q&A. All right. Okay, so very simple. Now, when you're on Facebook and you look at the ads from people, just go to facebook.com ads library. I'll share this with you. Okay. Stay with me. We're ending this soon. All right, go to ads library. And within here, what you can do is you can search for all the ads from your favorite advertisers. So I trust that a lot of you know Lazada, right? So can we look at how Lazada create Facebook advertisements? Of course we can. Come to here and search for something like Lazada, right? Click into Lazada Malaysia. And then we're gonna look at all ads. Okay. Now, these are all the ads that Lazada runs. So we can see they run things like this. Your Saturdays just make better with M-Bank Saturdays, and this is a picture. So what are we going to do here is to steal ideas from their ads. Which company do you know creates very good ads? Steal the idea and then reuse them for your own ads itself. Okay, that's how you run great Facebook ads. Quick and easy way to understand. Okay, so really simple. Go and steal ad ideas from this page. Find whichever. So for example, let's look at more. Let's say we want to look at Oppo. Okay, we want an Oppo phone, right? This is for Oppo, and click onto this one here, and we can see all the ads that Oppo runs. So go and choose and see how they run the ads. Recreate it for your own business, for your own Facebook ads. Okay. All right. I won't go too deep in this one because I think this is a bit more confusing for you today. So going back to my slides, and then we're going to call it a day. Yeah. Let me just go back to my slides here. And you'll receive my slides. Don't worry. I'll send it as a PDF to Christopher, and Christopher will send it out to you. So to recap what you have learned today, yeah. Before we go back to Q&A, number one, solve problems. As an entrepreneur, always look to solve problems and remember the totem. Yeah, are you high on the totem or are you at the bottom of the totem pole? You always look at being at the top to solve problems that is a must-have problems. Number two, always work on product first. Yeah, your product has to be good because if you have a lousy product, no amount of marketing, no amount of websites is going to fix that. Number three, start simple. Don't think about having a big website. Don't think about having a partner, having funding and all that. You don't need all of that. Start simple. Make your first $10. Scale it up to 100 ringgit. Scale it up to 1,000 and prove yourself first. Yeah, before you go into building a website. Number four, use resources that you already have. So what are the resources you already have? You have a laptop today. You have free softwares like MailChimp, like PayPal. Use that first and go and make your first few sales. After that, and only then, you upgrade. Okay? Run Facebook ads when you know your product sells. Don't run Facebook ads when you do not know your product sells or not. So to test whether your product sells, approach your friends. Approach people around you and make sure that they want your product, they want your service before actually going to market it or going to spend money on it. All right. So with that, thank you so much. If you like to actually learn more and to receive ideas on marketing and also website building and more, you can always reach out and subscribe to me on my site called rubenchen.com. Yeah, it's a personal site where I I blog, I write about ideas, and you can always read up on my ideas. That it's free. You can subscribe to me, and I'll always send good emails and also good content ideas to all of you. So thank you so much. Let's talk for a while. I'll spend some time with you here today. I know a lot of you are already tired, and I thank you for spending your time and attention here with me. I know it's not easy. And for those of you who have gotten your 10 ringgit today during our practice or after today, good on you. Let me give you a sense of encouragement and continue to do this and grow it from there. All right. Okay, so yes, you can have the link. Let me just send your link to you. I hope you enjoyed this session and I hope you learned something. Yeah. Remember, a few things I like to leave you with is to always take action. Yeah. Listening to me talk is not going to change you. It's you doing something. And when you do something, there's always going to be fear because of the lizard brain. So face your fears. All right. So I'll stop here for Q&A for about 5 minutes or so before we go off and adjourn today. Okay. All right, so if you have questions, just put them down inside the chat section, or you can use a microphone. I'll be here to answer them and help you with it. Okay, so from Kervin, right? Can we PM you in Facebook or any social media platform? No, I appreciate you coming up to me and also messaging me for to ask things. I receive a lot of PMs every single day, right? So there's a lot of these PMs and a lot of messages, and sometimes I can't respond to all of them because of time, right? So I appreciate if you can PM me, but I rather appreciate that if you drop me an email so I have time to respond back to you. Okay, or simply just subscribe to my emails and you receive updates on me as well. All right. So question here, right? For those of you said thank you as well. I'm thanking you as well for spending your time with me on your Saturday with me, and I hope you learned something. Yeah. This. Okay. So Christopher Ong asked a question, right? Instagram ads or Facebook ads. Now there are two different platforms, and there's no one answer for this question that you have. Yeah. So the answer to whether Instagram ads or Facebook ads is better, it depends on your customers. Okay. So when it comes to Instagram ads, you have to understand what people are doing on Instagram first. So is your audience your audience people who spend time on Instagram more, or are they people who spend time on Facebook more? Okay. So a good example I can give you is if you are a business selling car, okay, you sell cars for a living. You sell maybe imported cars, you sell local cars, doesn't matter. Now, your customers, who are your customers? Are they working professionals? Are they female or are they male? How old are they? So let's just say if you're selling cars to a younger crowd, maybe around 20 years old up to 30 something, 40 years old, where would they be? Instagram or Facebook? Now, maybe they will be on Instagram looking at photos of cars. That's where you can target them. Okay. So it's always come back to starting about thinking who your audience are and where do they hang out at. Do they hang out more on Instagram? Do they hang out more on Facebook? One of the ways to find this out is to ask your customers. Yeah, that's the best way. Okay. So there's no good or bad for Instagram or Facebook. It's always about understanding where your audience are. Right. Yiju, thanks, Ruben. Thank you for being here. Okay. I hope you learned a lot. And my wish is you take what you have learned and go and use it. Yeah. Go and put some work to it. Okay. Which I think you did. So good on you. Uh, okay. So I always thought Facebook are for audio audiences. So to be honest with you, the network on Facebook is wider. It's bigger, right? There are more people on Facebook compared to people on Instagram. Okay, and that gives us a better way of targeting people on Facebook because it's so huge. But yes, Facebook is sometimes in some ways, yeah, for older audiences. Now think of it in this way, yeah. Your your parents, yeah, for those of you who have parents around the age of let's say 50 and above, right? Now, there's a good chance that people who are quite mature, 50 years old above, they have a Facebook account to look at all these videos and all that kind of nonsense they see on Facebook, right? But a lot of these people, they don't have an Instagram account. So it's true. Facebook are used by a lot of people, and a lot of them are also older audiences, right? So a lot of older audiences, they have a Facebook account, but they don't necessarily have an Instagram account, or they do have, but they're not active on Instagram. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll take one more question before we go off. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned a lot, and yeah, hope to see you all in person one day. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be passing this back to Chris to see if there's anything else to mention or say to the crowd here before we adjourn for today. So Chris.
Okay. Thank you, Ruben, once again for participating in this. I hope everyone learned their lesson. And once again, if you all need to hold any event, or if you all need to do anything, or even for the less fortunate people, if you all guys need food, or if you all know anyone who needs food, needs assistance with any essential goods, you all can please just contact us and we will help out. That's actually our job, and we hope that everyone has enough to eat every day lah. So we will end this meeting now. Okay, thank you. I will send you all the file. Is it, Ruben? You'll send to me later?
Yes, I will send the file to you later.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he will send Ruben. Okay.
Right.
Then that's all. We will just end the meeting now. Okay. Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have
Okay.
a good evening ahead, and
Okay.
I'll see you and all the best. Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.